was yesterday, but I just couldn't do it. I ain't had the energy. I was burnt out. Like I rollerbladed. I went from uh let me see, straight. Mm, mm, I went from uh, Lincoln Park, Melvindale to Allen Park, back to Lincoln Park to Detroit. After I had did a workout regimen composed of like calisthenics, Shaolin, Kung Fu, and shadow boxing. Burnt me the fuck out, and I stretched. I did some yoga in the midst of all that. Um,
This place is rather
because
gloomy.
yoga,
Why don't you lighten the mood for
it
us
gives
while
you
we're here then?
balance, and it strengthens certain aspects of your body depending on which yoga size. I mean, which yoga
What I can do.
exercise you participate in. Like their stretches strengthens your legs, you know, your spine, your posture, your flexibility. So I had, you know, like incorporate that in my workout regimen, but um um you know, it's not to the extent that I want it. Like I'm still working on other Shaolin exercises, and I'm learning more as I go because I've not recently found 3 instructors, and each one during their exercises, you know, their warm-up exercise before they show
Always
any
good to be back in
stances of
familiar
Shaolin Kung Fu,
territory.
they do different things, you know. Like it's one guy,
Sure.
Right.
Hey!
Yeah.
it's one guy that he does this awesome regimen where he well, actually they both are amazing. Actually, I really like their form of teaching because not only do they get into the reasonings behind they teach certain exercises, but they are really in depth with like showing you certain exercises that will strengthen that you utilize to maximize on power. Like what a lot of people don't understand is when it comes to martial arts, the Chinese are brilliant. Like that's one of the things that they have literally mastered because they have studied the anatomy of the human body and how chi, or aka chakras in other places of the world, or retsu, or hamon, you know, it just depends on who's your teacher and what terminology they use, what that, you know, is used to address energy. And the Chinese have taken, you know, years to master this technique, and understanding of how to channel your energy, your chakra, your chi. And with Shaolin Kung Fu, they teach you how to manifest your lower chakra, which is supposed to be like one of your biggest chakras, the aka you know, your growing area, energy, starting, you know, from below that to where your feet chakra
This thing
are,
already
you know,
looked plenty huge from
pull
afar.
energy from your feet, from the
Seeing
earth,
it up close makes it
until
really
your
hit home.
lower area.
I didn't expect the journey to go so smoothly.
And then from there,
I figured the
you know,
run-ins
you
would
can
send something
intensify
to
that
sink
energy
us.
and pull it up. from
Maybe they
that
didn't think
area
we had the nerve
into,
to come.
you know, your arms.
Somehow I
and
kinda
then
doubt
use
that.
your body
It's entirely
weight,
possible they don't
to
see us as a
enforce
threat.
that chakra.
What do you mean?
And then upon delivery,
That they think they're
you know,
beyond our
once you
reach. Still,
make
the
contact,
structure is quite
all
the
that
unusual
energy
sight.
is
Truth be
released
told,
under,
never
out of
seen
the
anything
punch.
like it.
You're
So
right.
not only are you getting
It doesn't
the
look like the
muscle,
buildings on
you
Lenegis at
know,
all.
memory
Or
and,
like any Renan
and,
structure for that matter.
strengthening
It's
that
weird.
they
It doesn't feel
hone
like the kind
in
of
on.
thing that
That's
has
what the
people
exercise is
inside
for.
either.
It's the, you know,
Yeah,
not only
it's
strengthening your
definitely
fists,
something
because when they do
creepy.
push-ups, they
What
do
the
push-ups
hell is
on
it
their
even
fists.
made of?
So when they fist
I
hit
don't
you,
know.
you know, it's
It's not
gonna crack
mechanical
some
or
shit.
biological.
And then the
It's
energy behind
definitely
it can
alive
immobilize.
in some way.
That's what the purpose of learning how to control your chakra is for. Is to use that energy to stop a person in their tracks from harming you. You know, because martial arts is basically the art of self-defense. So, the shit
I'm
works.
okay.
It works.
It's nothing.
Because I had one and punched
Well,
reinforced
what do we
glass
do
and
now?
it shattered, like it cracked.
We have to
and
stop
fist
this
of
thing from
rage
siphoning
during
off
the
all of
incident.
Dana's astral energy. That
But
means
we're not
finding the
talking about
core
that.
and smashing it to bits.
Okay, but
in
look at the
detail.
size of it.
I'm just saying,
I don't
it
know
works.
if we'll find the
So,
core just wandering around.
Good
You
point.
know-
Can anyone get a read on the astral energy around us? Any kind of a sign?
They're definitely on something.
There's a rather enormous flow of energy moving directly upwards. If we
And I
wish to
highly
follow
suggest,
it, we'll have to
you
do
know,
some
in
climbing.
today's society, as a female, you learn how to defend yourself. Because, you know, men is fucked up.
Rinwell?
A lot of men is fucked up. Especially the
Over there?
the demons, you know, not men like good men or God.
Hey, what's up with you?
Fearing men or godly men. Because there's God-fearing
You okay?
men, you know,
What
who are
happened?
afraid of the punishment, you know, of God if they do something
I'm
wrong.
not
And then
sure.
there's God
When I was
leading
reaching
men
out to
that
the
God,
astral energy,
you know,
I thought I
recognizes
heard
and blesses
a
and
voice.
works through them. And they don't have fear. They just move with God. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I
Like,
couldn't make out any words,
they just know
but
where
it
they
sounded
stand.
like it
and they know who
wanted
they're
me to
aligned
come to it.
Which, you know, is what I mean when I say godly men.
This seems like a trap, right?
It's not a trap.
How can you tell?
Listen, I don't know why, but when it spoke to me, I knew it wasn't hostile.
I was so burnt out.
What do
from
you
all
think?
that. I ain't want to engage.
It could well be a trap.
I'm definitely not
However,
video games. 'Cause
it's
that
also
pissed me
our
off
only real option, short of
so
wandering
bad.
aimlessly
I
about.
think maybe I did play yesterday. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track of my postings and me going live because
Let's trust Rinwell on this.
you know I just don't. I just do it when I
You
feel
sure?
like it. And I've been. I got a ticket for being at the casino a while
Beats the
ago
alternative, I guess.
by this bitch ass officer named Tony.
What did I say?
And
Sheesh, it's like walking on eggshells
you know,
around here.
he was racist.
Sometimes you
the
have to
police
choose your
in
words more
Michigan
carefully,
are
Law.
five. They don't protect and serve. They
right.
don't honor the Constitution. They have no loyalty to, you know, the Constitution. They not about nothing that the Constitution stands for, because the Constitution states that every man is created equal and have the liberties and justices, you know, intact. Like, you're supposed to get treated just as fair as a white person. But what people don't realize is that the law was created a long time ago not to protect the serf. The law was created to capture runaway slaves. That's what the police was originally made for. And because, you know, God does save people, which some bitches don't understand what it means for God to save. Like, it was one chick that, you know, she made a lot of sense, you know, because God is within. That's what it means to be made
Stay
in God's
sharp.
image.
We're going in.
You know, God is within you. But God does come and save. And how I know is because I've been through, you know, experiences where God has intervened. And, you know, let them know, like, stop playing with this person. You know, like, case in point, right? I had a dilemma with an attorney. She was representing me. And she was bought and sold. Just like some other politicians. You know, and political figures, bought and sold. And she purposely hit me up. She purposely did some foul shit because I fired her. But the judge violated my constitutional rights and didn't allow me to change counsel. So I had to deal with this bitch. I was stuck on her for a whole year dealing with this trial situation. And because, you know, God is great and God always, you know, does intervene, you just have to accept it. Like, while I was in this dilemma, right, just this urge of learning the law just kept, you know, calling me like, you need to educate yourself. Fuck this whole ass lawyer. You know what you know. You know, just strengthen what you know. Do your due diligence. Do your research.
That the interior of the wedge is every bit as strange and unusual as
you know what I'm saying? Learn about how to address this matter, you know, with legal terminology, because that's what court is all about. It ain't even about you knowing 3 or 4 years of law. It's about the terminology.
Whatever it's all for.
And if you don't know the terminology to you know, express your rights or the violation of said rights, you know, they can literally address you like you incompetent. They don't even allow you in the state of Michigan. That's how dirty Michigan really is. They don't even allow you to self-represent. You know what I mean? And then they can deny you your change of counsel, which is what she did. The judge, you know, this dirty ass judge that I was dealing with. And I'm you know, I'm screaming because this set me back, you know, like dramatically. With my time, you know, wasting my time and doing other, you know, foul ass shit along the way while I'm, you know, in limbo because a dirty ass cop named Sergeant Silvers from the 4th Police Department falsified some accusations against me, because that's what they can do. It don't matter about you not getting in trouble with the law. It don't matter about that. You can be mad in your own business, and these dirty motherfuckers can do foul shit to you, you know, because they wear the badge or they have a position of power, you know, within a police station, and that area has been overran by corruption. Anytime you see a police officer, whether, you know, he is a high rank or low rank, doing some foul shit on the force, best believe that whole police station that he worked for is guilty, because he only felt so comfortable doing that shit because he knew he can get away with it, he or she. The police station knows about that kind of shit. So you cannot go into a situation thinking that, you know, the police station don't know about this person's conduct, because they do. You know, they do. They just ignore the shit. A lot of these people who get away with murdering innocent people be having track records of their actions. You know what I'm saying? Complaints that just go underneath the rug, and then you get these dumbass racist white folk that get on TV, you know, motherfucking deputies, sheriffs, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, he was just having a bad day. She was just having a bad day. So they, you know, reacted. You having a bad day does not give you the right to shoot a person down and take their life. You took an oath to protect and serve, to protect all life and ensure that their liberties and justices are, you know what I'm saying, enforced, that they have these things. That's their job, is to protect that aspect of society, to make sure order and equality is respected and honored, no matter what color creed you are. That's what the law is for. That's what the Constitution, that's why they made the Emancipation Proclamation, because one of their presidents, who was racist, because Abraham Lincoln had motherfucking slaves, so he ain't off the hook either, realized how fucked up that they were doing melanated people, because that's some sickening shit. You sit there, you rape people, you take them from their home without their consent. They didn't ask to be on this boat, and then you demonize them. You lie and say that they were savages. You lie and say that, you know, they were this and that, just so you can inhumanize them, make it acceptable for other races, like dumbass Chinese race people, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them, granted, I love the Chinese, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the ones that honor and respect black folk. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not you know, grouping together a whole ethnicity of people for a group of motherfuckers' mistakes or, you know, choices that they made, because they made the choice to do that shit. These same dumb motherfuckers who was ostracized by white people and forced to shut up shop in black neighborhoods, they go and try to be like them. But if you watch movies, right, even in the movies, they put it in there. Like, for example, right, Fearless. Fearless is one of the movies where, that's why I fuck with Jet Li. Because Jet Li, he picked his movies, you know, strategically. He was thorough about what kind of role he played, what kind of script it was. You know, he honors his people. And I love that. He definitely honors his roots, you know, his history with Kung Fu, his integrity. You know what I mean? He's just literally my favorite actor. Like, out of all the actors in the world, he's my favorite actor because, you know, he didn't lose in touch with his roots. You know what I'm saying? He's very respectable, he's graceful, and he's modest. And, you know, he loves to learn. And a lot of people get to an age where they like, oh, I ain't trying to learn shit new. Like, why the fuck, you know, you should never want to stop learning. Like, that's just dumb. You know what I'm saying? When you have the capacity to learn something, you know what I'm saying? If you are alive and breathing, you should want to learn as much as you can to be the best version that you can. Because the more you know, the more powerful you are. And that's honest to God truth. That's why they made it so hard for slaves back in the day to unable to read and write. Because if you could read and write, you could liberate yourself. You could get free, which is what some people did. They went the legal way. They got tired of being oppressed, abused, tortured, raped, you know what I'm saying, sodomized. And the Bible used, you know, to tell them, oh, you know, obey your master. Like, who the fuck, who wrote this shit? Because, again, Christianity is fake. It's not the real religion. Christianity was stolen from people in Egypt. It wasn't called the same shit. And then, you know what I'm saying, the Romans and Greeks got a hold of it, and then all of a sudden, here come Catholicism, which was where Christianity came from, literally. But people don't do their due diligence. They do not take time to educate themselves. They just be stuck on stupid. Because they like being fed shit. Instead of reading, you know, books and educating themselves and using their own mind to think, they want to be led astray, literally. And I'm like, I can't deal with dumb shit, because, you know, the spirit within will tell you when shit it's not right, like something's not right, you know what I'm saying? And you have to listen to that. And then it's your responsibility to figure out why it's not right. You know, you have to understand why your spirit tells you certain things. And once you in tune, you know, with your spirit, then you know not. It's like it gives you this sense of confidence that can't be broken once you invest in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause your intuition lets you know what's right and what's wrong. Especially if you took the time to work on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if some people can't make clear discernments based upon, you know, what they got going on within. They mind fucked up, they been in traumas, you know what I'm saying? They've been abused some kind of way, mistreated, conditioned to think some kind of way because of the way they was raised. They had abusive parents or parents or lack of parents, you know what I'm saying? So they mind be fucked up. And, you know, they haven't taken time to heal from these traumas to appropriately, you know themselves and value themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of your decisions that you make is stimulated from how much confidence and self-love you have. Believe it or not, those are two of the main factors: your self-worth and your confidence. If your confidence is low, right, you make poor decisions because you don't think you are the best or the best. You know what I'm saying? And that is sad. And a lot of people get conditioned like that, especially black women, with today's society, you know, images of beauty and you know the shit that they want black women to be like. You know what I'm saying? They push for black women to wear weaves. They push for black women to wear eyelashes. They push for black women to wear nails. And all these synthetic ass chemicals that's in these products deteriorate, you know, you from your natural beauty and cause health problems. But they don't put that in a disclaimer, you know, when they showing shit to you on the commercial, like, oh, you know, try these new lashes by so and so. Try this new foundation by so-and-so, but they don't tell you the long effects, that it, you know, has on your self-esteem, because it gives you still confidence. It makes you feel like, oh, I'm ugly ass bitch if I don't have makeup on. And some of these motherfuckers is some ugly motherfuckers without makeup on. And still is ugly motherfuckers with makeup on. You know what I'm saying? But some take makeup and become a whole new nigga. And it's like, oh, Lord have mercy. You know what I'm saying? When water eat, you looking like a whole, you know, you seen a whole motherfucking horror scene. You know what I'm saying? A monster. Like, literally, like, the fuck, you know, where this bitch come from? Because I could have sworn I had a dime, and then you placed a dime with this motherfucking, you know, villain from a horror scene. You know what I'm saying? A monster. That's how they be looking. And then it's like, oh shit, like why would you play with somebody like that? Why are you lying out here like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, then your parents teach you not to lie. It's a sin in all Bibles, even in the Quran, to lie. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like motherfuckers is out here, especially these people who swear they move with the Lord, swear they Christians, but they moving with hate, which is against the Bible, because it says to treat thy neighbors, aka other people that you share the planet with, you know, with love and respect and kindness and inclusion, as if they were your own siblings. But as you can see, racist ass white folk don't do that. They swear up and down that they're better. But even scientists, like, they got all the evidence in the world to show that they are actually inferior to melanated people, with scientific proof that they still think that they are better because of the shit that they were taught from their ancestors, their forefathers, motherfucking degenerates, perverts, molesters, rapists, you know what I'm saying, murderers, thieves, and most importantly, fucking liars, you know, from their people, that they're better. And then when you look through their history, ain't shit about them better than melanated folk. Nothing. They can't even compare in history. Nothing. Everything that they have is come from stolen melanated people. And then they were so slick that they sat there and they knew that there were melanated people all across the world, and they wanted to sit there because, you know, they discovered Africa. Wanted to say that all melanated people came from Africa because Africa has beauty, but then it also has some of the vilest black people in the world too. You know what I'm saying? It does. And it's sad because, you know, this is the customs that they became accustomed to. Like, anytime you sit there and put shit on your home, that's fucking disgusting. That is, you know what I'm saying, unsanitary. That's like, who the fuck, you know what I'm saying, taught you to do that shit? And why the fuck would you do that shit? You know what I'm saying? Flies, blow shit, maggots. Who the fuck want flies flying around their home that barely has space, you know, that smell like shit, and maggots everywhere? I know I sure the fuck don't. I couldn't even imagine living like that. I'd be ready to kill myself. You know, as I'm living in, you know, brought up in modern times, and I don't have to deal with that kind of, you know what I'm saying, depravity. I would be able to handle that shit. And you know, that's just one tribe in Africa. You know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of tribes that live better than that. You know what I mean? That are flourishing, and you know what I'm saying, have tons of beautiful people there. Like, there's a lot of beautiful people from Africa. Just look at Pyre. You know what I'm saying? She's gorgeous. And you know, she's from Africa. But they make you know, when they show Africans, they always get the most unappealing looking people. You know, the ones that look like, you know what I'm saying, like you sure you got human DNA? Cause I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, so all the people y'all can find to do this commercial, this is the ones y'all found, you know what I'm saying? Ones that, it's like, you know,
Like it should be
that's
among
gonna cause
creatures you find in a forest.
Cut it out.
hesitation.
I don't need to hear
like,
that.
And then
Gotta be man-made,
when
right?
you see commercials
Or
by
it's-
Africa, right? They always like, oh, feed this
Would
child.
not be any easier
This
to
child is
protect.
suffering, and you can
Remain
ease their
vigilant.
pain. And you just don't donate 5 cents a day. You can help this child find a meal in a home, but they never see the money. You know what I'm saying? They never find a home. They just tell you some bullshit just to get your money. But that's what they do. They play on the sympathy of good people, good white folk, good, you know, Mexicans, good, you know, Arabics or whoever decides to donate. But they never see the money. You know what I'm saying? They still living fucked up. And then what they'll do is they'll put them on a clean t-shirt, wipe their face off or some shit, take a new picture and be like, yeah, since you guys donated last month, this person found out. No, they didn't. They still in the same situation. They just put them on clean
We're stronger
clothes
together than
and
we are
wash their
apart.
face and told them to act happy. You know what I'm saying? And they'll get more stuff. Like, they do a lot of foul shit. Like, they scam like a motherfucker out here. Like, they scam people out of their own home. They went and stole people from this actual land, America, and said they were from Africa. And then they, because they were so fucking racist and they didn't want you to backtrack on them, they stole their like niche. Like, oh no, you're not from America, you're not from here, you're from Africa. Like, lying and shit. And then they didn't include the indigenous tribes that were here, so they couldn't get, you know, land rights. You know what I'm saying? Indigenous rights, because indigenous people, you know, were granted land for them being indigenous, because they know how fucked up they were. And then, if you watch the news, right, they trying to party over Israel. Israel just stated that they did not support the fact that racism, slavery was an abomination.
And you ruined it.
So you know what that means, right? That means if they didn't support that, that means they were okay with slavery. And if you see that the government is trying to, you know, link up with them, that should let you know that they're trying to reinstate slavery. They're trying to bring that shit back. That's why they're trying to partner up with them. That's the whole point about that. America was never great. America was founded under the backs, off the backs, and under, because people died to create the luxuries that we enjoy, you know what I'm saying, in today's society. From black folk. That they try to demonize and say, oh, they lazy, they absent fathers, the women are whores. But, like, if you see TV, you know what I'm saying, the biggest hoes is white men. And then, you know, it's like you got newscasters going on TV bragging. I don't want to say bragging, but, you know, making it funny out of rape. Because according to the news, right, in some parts of Asia, where the women are being held captive, they're coming up pregnant, right? So that means they being raped. And who they getting raped by? White women, right? But Asian women, right, paint their face white to honor white men and white women. That's their standard of beauty. Don't that sound dumb as fuck? And it's the same people that's raping them.
There are still
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. The racism. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not, I know I work with them. Like, I have great white friends, so, you know, it's not,
I've been
it's
doing
not
really
that I'm
great lately.
racist or trying to attack, you know, white people. That's not the case. I'm just stating facts, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been enduring racism myself. And not only have I endured it, but, you know, I've seen how dirty these motherfuckers can really be. Case in point, with this ticket, Sergeant Slivers lied on me, like flat on me, but I got the charges dismissed because I learned the law, you know what I'm saying? And I had the judge held accountable Because if she would have moved against me, the bitch would have been fucked. Because I always stated on camera that the court that I was in was violating my constitutional rights. So for them to cover it up, right? For them to cover it up because this is all employed by the governor because I filed a civil rights complaint about her, and I went to that 4th precinct to file charges against her for stifling, you know, because if you stifle somebody's income so they can't live, and you seize their place of living, because, you know, I was dealing with my apartment, and with my apartment, I had the job I was working at, because my ex was Caucasian, caused some problems. You know, Caucasian people lie all the time. And because racism is so prominent out here, you know, other dirty ass white people would side with you know, a motherfucker that's not even telling the truth about you, just affecting your skin color. White person say some shit about another. Case in point, Emmett Till. The white bitch lied on Emmett Till. They called him all kind of thugs. You know what I'm saying? He was doing all kind of foul shit. But come on now, he was a kid. Like, come on now. Like, common sense to tell you. And,
let's refrain from
you know, everybody know that they, you know, made up all this bogus ass shit in the courts to justify him being brutally murdered. Like, they bashed his face in. They had a closed casket. This is a 14-year-old kid, by the way. 14-year-old kid, right? He didn't touch this woman. He didn't call her no dumbass bitch. He didn't say you old dirty white whore. None of that shit. He told the bitch she looked like a movie star, right? And, you know what I'm saying, complimented her. But she lied, and they tried to say that, you know, he was a man, and that, you know, he did, like, regardless of what he said to an ugly ass white bitch, because the bitch was ugly as fuck. The bitch was ugly as fuck. You see bitch pictures on history, ugly as fuck. She, you know what I'm saying? They didn't give him no right to hang a kid and bash his face on it. No right. He didn't get no justice. Family got no justice. Just awareness of how fucked up they are in Mississippi. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, what the fuck? Why why don't y'all want to be Republicans, Democrats, you know what I'm saying, work on a legislative branch so you can help create the laws and rewrite the laws to, you know, make certain that black people don't have to go through this shit.
Guess we don't know our own strength.
Because, you know, and that go for Mexicans too. That go for you Chinese and Japanese, because guess what? The Chinese were bullied. Yeah, if you go watch, motherfucking,
hey, that looks pretty good.
Fearless, the white men invaded over there, and they were bullying Chinese men. They even poisoned them. It was based off a true story. Same shit happened with Ip Man. You know what I'm saying? They had, you know, they were showcasing how racist white men were. We had, you know, some dumbass Chinese who are racist against black people. They want to sit there and honor white people. Like, they the ones who made y'all dumbass up. Y'all don't have it made over here. Y'all are not liked over here by white folks. So what the fuck? Hence why y'all women get raped. But you want to sit there and honor, you know what I'm saying, honor these motherfuckers by painting your face white, but they don't give a fuck about you. They don't. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas is dumb. And the reason why y'all really have found success in America is because of black people buying your shit. So how the fuck dare you dirty motherfuckers have the nerve to sit there and have anything foul to say about melanated people when the reason why y'all thriving is because of melanated people? Fuck wrong with you? But you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, man, when is the ability to go to a new planet available? You know what I'm saying? Because this one,
that enemy looks strong.
Air
I
fucked
bet it'll
up,
be worth our
water
while to fight
fucked
it.
up. You know what I'm saying? The way it's being ran, fucked up. It's like, it's crazy. And then, you know, I'm like, but back to the situation at hand, right? So, you know, I studied the law, and I, you know, realized, you know, like certain amendment rights, like the Fifth Amendment right, it gives you the right of fair due process. It's not just only, you know, the ability to plead the court. That's one of the things that they don't tell you, you know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta educate yourself. It also gives you the right to fair due processing, meaning every detail about your case has to be handled appropriately, you know what I'm saying? And if they violate the processing of your case by excluding, you know, pertinent information, then you can get it dismissed off of that alone. And oh, trust me, they did a lot of whole ass shit, so I gotta dismiss it. But I had already told the judge this, and this is why, you know what I'm saying, I don't like, you know, I understand why some men do not, you know, respect some women, because some women don't deserve your fucking respect. Like, I had this young ass, black ass, dirty bitch of a judge named Sharice Anderson on my case. And, you know, I'm telling her, I'm like, look, you know, this courthouse is violating my constitutional rights. I have no history of mental illness, because they was trying to take my credibility away, my sanity and shit.
Wow. You've got to be lucky.
And then also, not only were they trying to do that, but they were trying to force me to do like be in a treatment facility for 3 months. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got no criminal history whatsoever. I ain't never been in trouble with the law again in my life. And then here it is, you know what I'm saying? These people, the judge, she pushed my shit because she was supposed to drop that 36 years before. But she was a racist ass white bitch. So she said, oh, there was enough evidence for it to go to trial, right? I'm like, how, bitch, how? Like, how? Like, how? You know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Because there was no trial. You know, you have a right to a trial. And when I learned how dirty the judges are, because my judge wasn't white, she was a black bitch. So I know, fuck these bitches, some of them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck these bitches. Especially these dirty ass black bitches. Like, they the worst type of human beings on this earth, because they know the judicial system, especially when you get to the level of a judge, right? When you get to the level of a judge, you are privy to a lot of information. Like, once you go and study that law, you get to see different cases, you know, of how the law was used to excessively charge melanated people for crimes that didn't even have substantial evidence to even convict them. But because the jury was white and because the judge was white, that black person stood no chance of getting a fair trial. And didn't. And, you know, suffered tremendously. Somehow, some even died because of that shit. Some get killed along the way. You know, a lot of fuck shit be happening to melanated people because racist motherfuckers who got into, you know, science and politics, they know what's going on. They know that black people didn't come from, you know, Africa. All black folk didn't. And they know that, you know, people were found on this land. But in order for them to have power, right, the only way to have power is to strip a person of their rights. So if you don't have rights to any land here, they don't have to give you anything. They don't have to protect you or give you the same rights, because they can say, oh, you're not from this continent, you're not from over here. If you want equal rights, go back to Africa type shit. But that's not the case. We're here. They kidnap people, and it's in history. But the schools, right, because it was indoctrinized by white folks, they want to teach all black children of the new generation and further generations that the only role in society and the purpose of black folks was to be slaves, and not giving them the glory and the strength and the confidence in themselves by telling them, hey, you know, y'all were here, you were Indians, you know, you were the indigenous people of the land. A lot of you black people were. And then the black people from Africa was queens and queens, pharaohs, Nubian queens. Before the pharaohs even came in there, they were Nubian queens and kings, aka black queens and kings. And then when they started calling themselves pharaohs and pharaohs, they were still black. So it was like, oh, these niggas trying to steal everything. You know what I'm saying? And then demonize where they got the shit from. It's crazy. But that is sure evidence, people, of the sin called envy. It's alive. And since, you know, it appears that white folk have a low sense of morality, that they're easily influenced by the sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they have the most heinous history when it comes to how they treat other people. And every time they do some foul shit, guess what? It's out of envy. They fuck with the Chinese man because they knew Kung Fu. It's in their history. They fuck with African and men because when you live in Africa, yo outside is lions, motherfucking hippos, wildebeest, hyenas, rattlesnakes, shit that could kill you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be a warrior. You gotta be strong as fuck to be an African, especially if you live in Africa. You automatically a natural born warrior. It's a privilege to come from Africa. Like it's you know, like if I was in my history say, oh, you from Africa, I would say that shit proudly and loudly. Amen. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be from a warrior race than some bitch niggas. So you know what I'm saying? Any day.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Like, they're known to be hunters and gatherers. They go out there and hunt their shit. While we go to grocery stores and buy our shit. Yeah, it's more moderate, it's more convenient, but you know what I'm saying? You can't even be proud of that shit, you know, because you didn't find this animal, you didn't slay this animal, you know what I mean? Somebody else did. And we just convenience. But they actually have to wake up, create their own weapons, you know what I'm saying, and go out there and hunt for what they want. And some parts of Africa, the ones that are not modernized, you know, and they were doing that before they became modernized. But Africa has been stolen from for years, hundreds and hundreds of years. Diamonds, palm oil, spices, their culture, their clothing design, you know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. And then, you know, not only that, but even their history. The history of pharaohs and queens. They try to make Cleopatra into a fucking white woman. And it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? How you gonna hang? Just by history itself, it states that there was no white people over there. How the fuck you gonna have pharaohs with pale skin when they could barely stay in the sun? There was no sunscreen over there. Fuck around with these niggas. And the sun is super intense over there. It's dry over there. So they would have burned it to a crisp. There was no air conditioning sometimes. What the fuck you talking about?
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
It's no way possible that they could have survived over there at them times. Just because of the climate alone. The geography wouldn't even allow it. But, man, they have done so much shit to deter people from honoring melanated people, or showing melanated people respect. You know what I'm saying? They do all they can to make it seem like melanated people are inferior mentally, which is the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? And have no self-control when all the fuck shit that ever happened in life primarily came from white folks. All the heinous shit that people do, the majority of it came from white folks. It's just crazy.
Now I'm in the group.
And now they making it public, which is what people not realizing. They making it public that they are purposely killing black folk, and because of our current leader of the world wants to make America great again, when again, you gotta read between the lines, America was never great. America was ran by white supremacy. So how the fuck you gonna make a place that was never great again? I don't get that. Especially for black folks.
Say no more.
You know, and they say you are the company
Am I on
you
a
keep,
roll
right?
or what?
So if you're affiliated with
bright,
racist ass
shiny
white
moon.
folk or rapist ass white folk, what that make you? Cause I know I wouldn't hang out with no motherfucking rapist. I don't give a fuck if you was
Sure
green.
climbed
If
up
you
a
raping
long way,
motherfuckers,
haven't
I'm
we?
straight.
Watch your
Get
step
the
ahead.
fuck away
No
from me.
fencing in place.
You know
It'd
what
be
I'm
quite
saying?
hazardous to fall.
If you had slaves, get the fuck away. And then that's another thing. They try to say, well, you know, black people had slaves in Africa. These people had slavery as a way of currency. These people were, you know, old and debt. So to barter, they went into servitude.
Let's dispose of the trash.
But they don't say that part. They just try to, you know what I'm saying, demonize black folks and everything that comes along with them, the greatness that comes along with them. They try to demonize it. And you get dumbass people like the fucked up Asians that want to honor that shit. Just like the little kid got shot at the liquor store, but not doing nothing. They like broke the fuck up ugly ass Chinese man to run outside and shoot a 14-year-old in the back and get away with that shit. I would have burnt down, man. If I was their family, I would have, you know what I'm saying, I would have got enough money to burn down that police station and go after that judge. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? People are so afraid to you know, because there's certain things you can do. You can declare martial law, you know what I'm saying? You could take it to the civil rights court or Supreme Court. You know what I mean? It's just other things you could do. Like, I hope that they don't stop fighting, you know, for their son's life. And they get, you know, the case reopened and go a different route. Because that Asian motherfucker gotta pay.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! 10 of
And just getting rid of that nigga's score ain't enough. They should have took his life. A life for a life. And the Bible say eye for an eye. But people don't talk about that though. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says a lot of stuff.
Poodle's quivering. These were about
That
to be
people
real
neglect.
lucky.
This'll make us even more formidable.
And then they try to, you know, push certain things in society to cause division and useless murdering. Like how they try to make it seem like, you know, like, oh, you know, homosexuals must die type shit. You know what I mean? When the Bible never pushed that. Like the Bible was like, oh, you know, when it came to Sodom and Gomorrah, yeah, they were living in sin. It was like homosexuality wasn't God's main concern when he spoke to them. He was like, hey, you know, y'all living fucked up out here. Y'all raping men and killing them and, you know, stealing and raping women and killing, you know what I'm saying, harboring criminals, doing all kind of fuck shit. Plus, y'all doing gay shit on top of that and not trying to, you know, appropriate.
Gotta break through.
And you know, be fruitful. Like, get it together. You know, God gave them a second chance. According to the scriptures, you know, through a message of the angel, you know, but these men decided not to heed God's word. And then they got, you know, hit with fire and brimstone, aka fireballs out of the sky. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, God told that. But what the churches do, when they have these dirty ass pastors, they try to use those particular Bible instances
You really do have
to
quite the discerning eye,
fuel
Dohalim.
radicals, aka, you know, motherfuckers who take shit to the extreme with this information, and they call themselves, you know, moving with the integrity of the Lord, and they go and kill people that are openly you know, active with their sexuality. And it's like, damn, so because a pastor told you that this is why God did this, but they didn't include the other shit that was going on in these places, you think you had a right to just go out there and just kill gay people, all because your pastor said this and said that, when it also says in the Bible that, you know, it's an egregious sin to take another life of a human being, an unforgivable sin. But, you know, motherfuckers think they know everything, and then they go, you know what I'm saying, and act out with this as they fuel type shit. That's why I'm like, I don't do churches. Can't even do it. Can't do it. Fuck a church. Can't do it. Because most churches is ran by hypocrites like that. Or you know, if you call yourself going to a Baptist church that's ran by black ministers, right? They do fake ass shit. They be like, oh, you know, some of y'all and it's club on Saturday and Friday, shaking your tail. And Jesus Christ, according to the scripture, party. He turned water to wine. How is it not a party? You know what I'm saying? How is it not a party? And that's considered strong drink. That's liquor. That's alcohol. But yet, some churches, some so-called Christian churches, Baptist churches, try to demonize you for going out and having a good time. It's like, if I ain't going home with my motherfucker, if I ain't cheating around, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not, you know, being promiscuous, I can go to any motherfucking club I want to, whether it's gay, straight, bi, you know, handicapped, give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? As long as I ain't hurt nobody, and these people are going there just to have a good time and enjoy themselves and get out the house and, you know, bring around other people that like the same shit they like. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying? But they just try to make you feel bad about you living your life. They try to make you feel bad about you know, you going out to do stuff with other people. Like, they just do a lot of foul ass shit. So I'm just like, no, I'm straight on these churches because they just feel the hypocrites. And I'm like, I'm straight.
Consider yourself finished.
The church got the most hoes in ever, literally. Because a lot of them people that go there, BB hoes, no cap. And according to the biblical scripture, if you're gonna be a Christian, right? Fornication is not on the menu. It's a grave sin. All these motherfuckers that are fucking other people's wives and husbands, that's a grave sin. It's called adultery. It's part of the 10 Commandments. And yet, motherfuckers in rap songs are promoting that shit. I can't be a part of that. Because I know damn well if I marry somebody and you go cheat, I'm going to try to kill you. No cat. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? Because you that shows me that you don't give a fuck about my well-being in my life. Like, STDs are crucial, and they are literally causing massive death around the world. They just not trying to, you know what I'm saying, push that in the news because it's so bad that they don't want to scare nobody. But that need to, because motherfuckers is so fucking stupid out here that they brag about having multiple partners. That's disgusting. Do you know how much germs you get? And the shit that people do in the bedroom nowadays? Like, man, you gotta be out your motherfucking mind. To be a hoe in today's society. But that's good. You know, rap be pushing. So I do understand why people don't like rap that much. Because they do push that shit. And people do go hard with that shit. Now, I'm not condoning that. But you also have to have a strong mind and think for yourself. And then your choice is your own choice. So you can't blame rap. It comes down to the motherfucker that is living that life. If you living that life, that's on you. Anybody put a gun in your head and tell you to be a hoe? You chose to be a hoe.
That's some power you wield.
You were the one who did the heavy lifting.
Understand that being a hoe kills. That's on you. Because you chose that life. You chose to open your legs for the wrong nigga and got pregnant. Now you mad at all men. You out there ran, that man ain't shit. No, your pussy ain't shit because you gave it to an ain't shit ass nigga. If you worked on yourself, if you knew who the fuck you were, or and you valued yourself, you would have never slept with a nigga like that. Period. You would have been able to see through beyond the flesh, aka discernment, and you would have known that they didn't want shit. But you know, you did it. So you can't even be mad at the motherfucker that gave you kids and they don't know you. You gotta be mad at yourself. Cause you chose niggas. Right, you did. You showed the fuck did. You did. But, you know what I'm saying? That's why I be like, man, my heart does go out to women though, because it takes two to live, you know what I'm saying, make kids. So, but women do a lot of foul ass shit. Like I said, case in point, that judge I had, because she was a petty ass, you know, duck ass black bitch and abusing her power. She you know, took a year of my time. The fucking prosecutor was a racist white bitch. So she kept on making up these excuses. Well, you know, I think that before we go to trial, he should be evaluated mentally. I'm like, bitch, what? What? Since when? I'm not on medication. I'm not on prescription. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been on this earth for quite some time, and I have no history with the police. So all of a sudden, this one incident arises that you have no evidence on, that I'm guilty of. You all of a sudden, I need a mental evaluation. That they kept pushing back, tying up my time. And this black dirty bitch agreed with them. Didn't let me say shit until I figured out how to interject and make certain that I put on recorded camera, because every time you go before a judge, they documented in the state of Michigan that I mentioned to the camera that she was violating my rights. So when it comes time for us to go to trial, because I had substantiating evidence, you know, not only in my possession, because, you know, God is real. God will work with you. Like, somehow I was able to get my information that she denied, you know what I'm saying,
Don't forget to heal
when
your
I was
wounds.
before her as admissible evidence, as evidence. She dismissed it. She was like, well, it's up to your attorney. My attorney never came and got it from me. That's how I knew my attorney was a dirty ass bitch. But God stepped in, because I was like, Lord, you know, I don't know what you lesson trying to teach me. If you trying to teach me, you know, diplomacy and patience and how to, you know, just be more graceful with my words, because I cut somebody out and this person went out of their way and lied on me to get me in a situation. You know, this person played with my life. Serious ass situation. It could have got real nasty. But God intervened, because God gave this bitch a massive heart attack. This bitch, I can't talk with him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bitch, because God was on my side. God shut your shit the fuck down and put the fear of God in your dumb ass. And now, you know what I'm saying, you know that you wouldn't right. So she was like, well, I'm pushing for the charges to be dismissed because of blah, 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 blah. Yeah, bitch, because you know I had your head on the chopping block. And there was no way I was going to get found guilty for the charges anyway. Because, you know, I had evidence that this cop went out of the way and lied. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to commit a crime to get arrested in the United States. All it takes is a dirty cop to write some false false charges against you and a dirty ass police station to enforce that shit. Send the cops to come arrest you. And then, you know what I'm saying? By the grace of God, like the cop who brought the shit to my awareness happened to be a friend of mine because I had worked at this convenience store and he lived next door. So he was like, look bro, you know, I don't know what's going on, but I know they could warrant out for your arrest, you know, it just matters. So, you know, you should go and address this. I'm gonna take you here, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? They definitely arrested me because he supervised the arrest. I didn't get a Rotten King beat down special because, you know, when you have a warrant out for your arrest, the cops out here, oh, they try to use excessive force on you. They try to fuck you up. Cause, oh, you got a warrant out for your arrest? Oh, you know, you guilty. And they have fucked some people up. Like, there's some lawsuits that the news don't put out there for police misconduct, aka excessive force. Police brutality for no justified reason and shit type shit.
To stop you dying?
They don't publicize that. Just like the news, Channel 4, Channel 7, Channel 2, it's all paid for. They don't publicize how bad the homeless is, how it is downtown. It's Mexicans down there that's homeless. It's whites down there that's homeless. It's blacks down there that's homeless. It's mentally ill people who can't even real right for themselves. It's so fucking sad downtown out there on the streets because they can't get no help. Section 8, fraudulent as fuck. Even with DHS, like if you trying to get assistance for food, you know what I'm saying? They grill you. They ask you what your bank confirmation look like, where you live at, how many people live with you.
Me, or is
you know what I'm saying? How much money in your bank account? Where are you working at? How many hours? Like, damn! You know what I'm saying? All in your shit. And any change that happens, they know. And they can cut you off at any time if you go that route. You know, because I spoke to people, seen it happen. You know, I asked them. Like, I asked the lady, she was a black woman. And, you know, she was really... I knew she was a clean woman because I've been downtown a lot and I've seen different homeless people, and some homeless people, they just get so distraught and discouraged, they just give up on themselves. And that shit, it breaks my heart because they'll just lie on the ground by a sewer, they stay warm and, you know, smell like piss and shit. And it's like, damn, you know, who made you feel this low about yourself? Who made you feel so fucked up in the inside that you just stop caring about yourself? Because people don't give a fuck about when you homeless. You know what I'm saying? They don't know why you homeless. Like, I lost my apartment because unemployment was illegally denied to me by white supremacy. And, you know, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? That was the only property I had in my name at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, by standards of having property in your name, yeah, I didn't have a place of my own. I was dealing with homelessness. You know, just because you live with somebody, you live with a friend or a family, you still homeless. Even if you're living with your mom and dad, you still a homeless person because you don't have no property in your name. So they try to like make it seem like being homeless is like the lowest of the totem pole. But
all the energy flowing through the wedge comes together.
If you don't have property
here.
in your name, if you don't have a house in your name or an apartment in your name, you are homeless because you live with mom and daddy or a cousin or your grandma or your friend. Does not mean you have a home. You still a homeless motherfucker. You just live with somebody. That's all it is.
Regardless.
But you know, people have an ego complex out here in Michigan, and they don't have shit. They think that they better than you because they got an apartment or something, or a house. I don't know if that's not knowing none of the shit you ever had to endure, you know, or how you lost yours, or why you don't have yours. That's how fucking stupid people are. But you know, so I'm like, I don't really need a lot of people around me. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't like that. But a good 80% of people out here, they like that. They definitely like that. They about that type of life. Make you knock them the fuck out. But if you get them, right, then that's just more complications in your life that you don't need. So I'm like, fuck. I see why people from other parts of the world don't like Americans. Because some Americans do not take time to educate themselves. They don't have respect of other people's cultures and you know, way of life. They impose their way of life on other people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck. What's wrong with motherfuckers? Why niggas cannot mind their business? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That is just, it's so sad. It's so sad. But let you be in their business though, right? Oh, they're trying to sue you and everything. It's just crazy. The double standard and the bullshit that a lot of racist white people have caused for humanity. And yes, like I said, I know all white folks are not the same. There's some good ones out there. I met some good ones. And I have good friends. Like I said, my boy Matthew Burgess, may God bless him. And Louisiana, he was good to me. Paulie was really good to me. Donna, my manager, when I worked at Subway a long time ago, you know, just for little shits and giggles, for little cash. Like, I don't like having serious ass jobs. Like, I had planned on, I still have planned on doing other shit, but I just needed more income coming in at the time when I was down there, because I don't want no huge commitments when it comes to, you know, what type of work I do. And I don't want anything that's going to drain my, you know, my energy after I get it from work. And the thing about, you know, labor jobs, when you want a back-breaking ass job, they just demand so much of your time, and I don't like that shit. You know, I want to be able to go to work and feel light enough to go have fun with friends or by myself. Even though I don't keep myself surrounded by people, I still get out and I mingle, you know, with good people when I feel like it. I just keep my life private. Like, I don't have it where you can see my friends on my social media pages because it's not your fucking business. Like, I dealt with a piece of shit ex that was trying to sabotage my experience with my friends. Case in point, my buddy that I was playing in Final Fantasy 14 with on my playing with a buddy in real life video. You know, even though he is in the military, you know, at this moment in time, which is why I haven't kicked with him in a long time. I kind of cussed him out because, you know, he was having issues with passive aggressiveness and consideration of, you know, other people's time. Like, I felt bad because, you know, he was in the military and he was ready on the days that I wasn't to play the game. Like, he had set it up where, you know, we'll play with each other online, you know, do content, and some of the days where he waited on me, I'm like, bro, I can't do it, man. I'm not going online. I'm like, dude, you have to understand, I work 2 fucking jobs. I get up 8 o'clock in the morning, I go to a fucking movie theater, you know, and I work there from 8 a.m. to, you know, there, and I'm you know, a cashier at a store. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't really have the time, and the time I do have, I'm giving it to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I could literally just say fuck it, you know what I mean, and just play, you know, without you, period. But I still, the days where I had energy, I did it. But it was days where he didn't want to play, and I was inconsiderate, and I just cussed him out about it, because I'm like, damn, bro, you ain't understanding. Like, he wanted to play Elden Ring with me, and I was like, bro, I don't have the time to play Elden Ring. I don't, and I'm not about to pay no motherfucking $67 for Elden Ring when I'm not a huge fan. I'm like, I haven't played the demo to really get into it. And 2, you know what I'm saying? And even though it's from software, one of my favorite gaming companies, it's not my style of game play. You know what I mean? Like if it was like Sekiro, yeah. If it was like
It's too dangerous. Stay back.
Divinity, you know, Age of the Draconis, yeah, I would have hopped on that shit. But you know, it just looked too slow paced for me. And then when I seen how the mages, you know, use their attacks, I wasn't enticed. I was like, oh, y'all mages look like trash. And then, you know, I'm like, okay, well, they got samurais, they got pole lancers, you know, they had different type of weapons you can use. And I was like, okay, you know, it looks like it could be fun. But I'm like, you know, bro, I would play with you, but I'm not about to buy the game. And yeah, we could have shared games, but you know, I don't know, I guess he got a little salty about it. And he had attitude. And I'm like, bro, you know, come on, man. Like, you said you wanted to play, right? And here it is, I'm online, got this time, and you play Elden Ring. Turn that bullshit off. You know, you got all this time. When I'm not online, when I'm at work, you could be playing Elden Ring. So I got pissed off at him. I'm like, bro, I ain't fucking with you right now. And he was hurt, you know. And I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have went that route. I should have just been like, all right, bro, I'll catch you another time, and just left it at that. Because he was playing, and he did spend his money to get that membership. So, you know, I felt kind of bad not being considerate, you know, on my part. But, you know, I was just on edge. And besides, you know, he could be inconsiderate too. But two right wrongs to make it right. I should have just been like, all right, bro, you know what? Don't worry about it today. Just catch me next time. But I was just like, you know, it was a build up. It was a build up of other stuff, like,
I heard it.
You know, dealing
Whatever
with people not being honest about their feelings and shit was one of the situations I did with my friend. Like, you know, that's my bro. I still got mad love from her. I still be concerned about his well-being because, you know, he told me about what was going to happen, you know, when it came to this situation before it happened. And I'm like, bro, no way. And sure enough, it happened, you know. So I know he loved me and trusted me because he was giving me game about everything that was going on.
That was Dana's astral energy we just encountered.
I'm like, damn,
and I think
bro,
what we heard,
you know,
might have been its voice.
I hope that you straight.
You're saying
know, that's the only
astral
thing I worry
energy
about
has a
because
mind
I
of its
kept on my
own?
lip, bro. Like,
I haven't
I'm
the
already
slightest
dealing with the
idea.
government right now. They
But
deny me my
do you
unemployment.
remember what happened when we
They
fought
violate my
Balsef back in
constitutional
Calabria?
rights when it comes to equal opportunity.
You mean when that
know,
fire monster came out of the
EEOC
spirit vessel?
honoring my
Exactly.
complaints
There was
about,
such a huge
you know,
overflow of
employment,
astral
'cause
energy.
people,
It caused a
what they don't
monster to
realize
spawn
is
and
they
take
try to say
physical
little
form.
slick shit like, why don't
Maybe
you
the
get a
same thing happened
job or,
here,
you
just
know,
with
go
way
find
more
a job.
astral
But what they
energy
don't
and a bigger
realize is
monster.
that, you know,
Does that
dirty
mean
ass
if you
racist
gather
white
enough
people get
astral
blackballed?
energy,
And
it can
especially
become
if you are
sentient or
a
take a
TV
physical
star
form?
or your life is in the
That's what I'm
public,
guessing.
you know what I'm saying?
But it's just
they can
speculation.
blackball it because they
Master
have been
cores
doing
are
it.
able to hold
And,
a lot more energy than a spirit vessel.
You know, it's
But
it's
we
it's,
still
it's
haven't
sad
seen
that they
anything
get away
like
with
that
this
happen
shit.
in our
But
dealings
that's
with
why
them.
they do what they do. That's why they
That being
make
said,
certain that
there may be
they
a mechanism
keep
of sorts
white
inside
people
master
in
cores
power
and spirit vessels that
to
prevent such
control
reactions.
the economy
Fire monster.
and a work environment.
remember
You
how
could
it
tell a
only
place is
appeared after
predominantly
Balsef's spirit
racist
vessel
when
broke.
the staff
Then the
is
reason
like
Rinwell was able to sense all that
98% white,
astral energy
and then you
earlier
see 2 or 3 black
must have
people
been
in
because
there,
it was
or 2
too
or 3
much for that
Mexicans in there.
Zoogle to contain by itself.
That should tell you something.
then where do you
it's
think
not
the Zoogle went?
united,
that
if you don't
energy
see
and proof
unity
it's
in there
gone.
with
The
different
Zoogle with it.
nationalities all working
Doesn't that
together
sound
with
weird to
smiles on their
anyone?
face, it's a
Indeed
fuck
it
place.
does.
You know what I'm saying?
However, in order for us to move our hypothesis
It's
forward,
a
we
place
need to
that's
gather more
catered
evidence first.
to white people. If
On
you
that
see
note,
more white faces,
how are you
than
holding up,
anything,
Rinwell?
literally.
I just can't work
So
out
be
why.
aware of that. And then they
Why
get
the
mad
boys reached out
when
to
black
me
folk
first.
or brown folks say, oh, they only want to deal
I
with
can't
other
help
black
but wonder
folk.
if it's because
They
of
do
my
it all the time.
heritage that I was the one to
All
hear
the
it.
time. But then they get mad when black folk do that
Sorry.
shit.
That's a strange thing to think,
It's like
isn't it?
the
Anyway,
motherfucking
we should get going, right?
audacity.
We need to make sure
and,
the
and,
energy
and
flow
the
has
fucking,
actually
you know,
stopped.
hypocrisy with these motherfuckers. It's just so just disgusting. It make you not want to fuck with, you know, certain people no more. Especially, you know, and then it's like you can't be jaded.
Are we gonna
I
have to
can't,
take this
personally.
winding path all
I
the way
can't
back
because I
down
have a
to-
mixed family,
Yeah.
so I have to
If anything, it should be
get
easier than
outside
to
of
climb
that,
up.
like, you know, fuck these motherfuckers mentality, you know what I'm saying, and just understand, like, yeah, you know, there's good ones and bad ones, so, you know that, just keep that in mind before you say fuck it all, you know what I'm saying, and that should be rough sometimes, because, you know, you will find yourself, like, getting to a point where you just like, ugh, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to fuck with them.
I won't forgive you.
And unfortunately, it's a lot of people that are like that. It's a lot.
I can carve through armor. Take this.
And it makes it hard for, you know, another, you know, hang out like Nolan. You know, he gave some white boys a chance, and they beat his face in and killed him. And then left him, you know, left him, took his phone, gave it to his mama, and it came some cockamamie story about his death. Then come to find out these motherfuckers, which it was obvious, it was evident as fuck that he was the motherfucking I mean, they was the conspirator, the motherfuckers who was responsible, because Howell don't come back and he don't come back. And then it's also obvious that, you know, they kind of got some high pool in the political party or the law enforcement party because they don't want to do no investigation. They don't want to hold them accountable. That's why I'm like, now they people, y'all need to go ahead and get your ass in the field and become, you know, politicians and shit, because if you don't, you know what I'm saying, your kids gonna really be fucked up. Because they trying to bring slavery back. That's what the whole partnering up with Israel is all about.
Is that a healing art?
Because they don't see nothing wrong with them.
No, I'm trying to be more careful.
So they gonna try to get places that's under Israel rule, you know, like, okay, with slavery, so they can enslave black people in them parts of the world, and over here where, you know, they don't have that kind of pulling, but they're gonna get their rights snatched away, you know, with unjustly prison sentences, or you know, the police get called on them for bullshit, and they get arrested for bullshit that don't make no sense, just because they stood their ground, or because they wanted to voice their rights and opinions about something, or they chose to, you know, go against tyranny. It's fucked up out here.
I'll crush you!
Then you get other dumb black motherfucking people that want to be Uncle Tom. Motherfuckers that, you know, want to support these racist ass pieces and shit, put them in office and shit, vote for them and shit, or you know, show their face in public.
Looks like it could be worth something.
Like, oh, you know, I stand with this governor, or I stand with this mayor, and then you come to find out that mayor and that governor is corrupt as fuck. I know I ain't voting for you because you stood with this person. Like anybody that stand with Governor McGratchy, oh, I would never vote for a motherfucker that stood with her, because I know what she has done. Like, I was literally downtown when she instructed the police to close down the Rosa Parks Transit Center, which is a bus terminal that allows people to come inside and wait for the bus in the middle of the frigid winter that Michigan gives off. You don't understand how fucking cold it is in Michigan during this time, especially downtown, because it is surrounded by water. So when you down there, you feel everything. Wind chill, the breeze from, you know what I'm saying, from the water. Like when you're surrounded by water and it's cold, like the cold in the air is so bad. Like it's like fuck, you know what I'm saying? Am I in Antarctica in this bitch? Because it's frigid out here. Like it just penetrates to the bone. And she shut down the transit center. It was over 30 people outside, just at Rosa Park, freezing. Women with their kids out there, no cats. She shut the shit down. And how I know? Because I went up to the cop that was parked in front of the door. I said, bro, like, what's the hold up, man? I'm like, it's cold as fuck out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? You know, I have a bus transfer because Taylor Police illegally took my car twice. I got it back after I, you know, threatened to sue them, and then they took it again. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm not gonna pay another $500 to get it out of the towing department. They can have that bitch since they got in the accident. And the front end was so badly damaged. I'm like, fuck it. I'm not about to give them $1,000 for a regular ass car. I'm not gonna use that same $1,000 to get it fixed. Fuck it, I'll just get another. So I let them have it. Got all my shit out of it, let them have it. But that's how I lost my car. And, you know, again, Taylor Police illegally took it. So, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have a lawyer and you don't have money to pay for a high-powered attorney, you know what I'm saying? You can get arrested for doing nothing, because they definitely arrested me and Taylor, you know, and they let me go once I threatened to sue them. But they gave me 4 felonious charges.
Everything all right?
4
kind of looked like you wanted to get
falsified charges. 2 was staying there. I was disturbing the peace. When all I was doing was inside of a bank. I was inside a Chase Bank on North Line by this bar. And this bar,
Sorry, never.
I felt more confident fucking my car at the bar, because at the bar, the lady, she was an older white lady, but I knew she had to get squared. And she was like, hey honey, you know, you alright? You look like you stressed out. I'm in that motherfucker mad as all hell, because I had just literally got off the freeway and my hood flew off my car. I was panicking. I'm like, fuck, I ain't got money for this stupid ass truck, because literally this stupid black shit stain, this brown shit stain, he jumps in front of me and slams on the brake in a Ford truck. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even hit my brakes hard enough, because he was just like right there. So boom, my front end got bent up. The hood wouldn't close. So I smack it down, thinking, okay, since I pounded it down, it should be okay. I get off the freeway, I go out, through the green light, hood fly right there by the gas station. I'm mad as fuck. So I'm like, okay, what to do? I'm panicking because my hood is in the middle of the road, middle of North Line Road, in the middle of the road and shit. I'm like, fuck, if I drive around like this, I know the police gonna be on me now. And I'm like, fuck it, I can't afford for them to fuck with me out here, because I know, you know what I'm saying, I can't afford no unwanted ticket. So I pull up to the bar, and I'm like, oh shit, you know, she's like, are you, she's like, she was like, are you here for something? Because I don't think you're here for no drink. And I'm like, yes. She's like, are you hungry? I'm like, nah. And she was like, well, we got good steak and good burgers. I'm like, I bet y'all do. I could tell y'all do, because y'all been having business, you know, for quite some time. And, you know, I'm like, I'm surprised, because there's another bar right next door that's more modern, and y'all keep more business than them. So, you know, something y'all doing is right. You know, she laughed, and I'm like, but I really, you know, I'm here because my hood flew off my car, and I don't know what to do. You know, she's like, well, it's an AutoZone on Telegraph if you think your car can make it. And I'm like, my hood is literally in the middle of the street right now. And she was like, okay, well, here, let me go in the back. And she got me some rope. And she's like, look, this is all I have, but if you go to AutoZone at the time down your hood, you can get one of their bungee cords and use that to tie down your hood. I was like, oh, you know what, cool. So it's made you paying a lot of money to get repaired. I'm like, you right. So I was like, thank you, man. She's like, are you take good care, man? And I leave, and I'm like, man, that lady's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because she stopped what she was doing. She was washing dishes and shit, or glasses, and you know, got me right. And I'm like, okay, cool. All older white people are not racist. You know what I'm saying? But a good 87% of older white people are fucking racist. So I was like, man, you know, that was a relief, because after working in Taylor for quite some time, I realized how racist the majority of people are in Taylor. They dirty as fuck too. They lie, they set you up, and that's what the point I'm about to get to. So, you know, I got my hood tied down, thanks to that lady. So I was like, well, fuck it, man. You know, I'm gonna go get me a hotel. So I go get a hotel that's on Eureka Road called the Super 8, right? And they had this dirty ass Indian staff, and which is I don't really like a lot of Indians. I ain't gonna hold you up because a lot of the Indians that are here I don't like because they think they're superior to melanated folk, and they also do some foul ass shit. They cater to white folk, so racist white folk. But at least the Indians that I experienced, you know, gave me a nasty experience. So anyway, I'm at the hotel, which is ran by these dirty ass Indian people. They had this dirty ass white older lady as their housekeeper, right? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, hey, I went down to the office. I said, hey, where's your do not disturb sign at? Because I don't want no one in my room. I don't need room service. I'm not dirty. You know, the room will be in mint condition when I leave. I just want my privacy because I was so burnt out with my car doing what it was doing. Them illegally tore my car the first time. I was fried. You know, I was so pissed off.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
And I didn't want to be bothered by nothing. Nobody, no nothing. I'm like, just leave me the fuck alone. Let me, you know what I'm saying, process this shit on my own time and get my mind right, you know, so I can keep it moving without holding on to resentment and, you know what I'm saying, negativity. So I'm like, what the fuck going on? Because I give me a bottle of wine, and you know I got Mary on my side. I actually had 2 bottles of wine. I got this wine called Fresh Farms, and it's so good. It's like 14% concentration of alcohol and they got different flavors. I love cranberry juice. Well, I got the cranberry juice, the cranberry flavor, and you know, I'm like, damn, this tastes like real cranberry juice. Literally, it tastes just like cranberry juice. And it doesn't have that like really strong alcohol aftertaste. It literally tastes like cranberry juice. So I'm killing it. I done fucked up 1 bottle. I'm on a second, you know, and I'm like, damn, oh, this shit weak. So if I take the last shit, I'm literally. I'm buzzing. I'm like, oh, this is what I'm talking about. This shit hit. So I go hit the other bottle. I'm fucked up. I done went downstairs. I'm sitting outside on their patio. Then I walk out to where the creek is, because they have a creek next to the hotel. I walk out to the creek, and I'm smoking. I'm loving it. You know, I done put down, you know, 2 sessions with Mary, and you know, and you know what I'm saying. She was rolled up tight. And thick ass hemp blanket, you know what I'm saying? She was packing that motherfucker, like she was sticking that bitch. So it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't dealing with anorexic ass Mary. Mary Jane she was sticking dangerous, you know what I'm saying? When I was fucking with her at the hotel. And I'm like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because my room paid for. You know what I mean? Like, I don't owe these niggas money. Because I paid cash on flights. I paid $400. You know what I'm saying? For a 3-day stay. So I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Why is this bitch? Why is it that I had woke up, right? I had woke up and my bedroom was unlocked. Do you know how nerve-wracking that is? To pass out, like I was, because I thought I was in a safe environment, right? I go to sleep, I ain't got on no clothes. I'm butt ass naked in the bed, bedroom door open, mad as fuck. I didn't even know how long my shit was open because she until after 1 o'clock. When I woke up, it was 5 o'clock. So I'm like, oh, you dirty bitch. So I go and complain, and they like, okay, it's not gonna happen again. It happened a second time. So I check out, right? So I'm like, fuck this. You know, through contractual obligation with Chase Bank, you have the right to dispute any transactions that you make on their app if you have a card with them. So I go to dispute the transaction for the hotel because, you know, you have contracts. There's a thing called breach of contract through sales, and their contractual obligation is to provide you with safe environments that's hospitable and hygienic for the amount of time you pay for. So if they don't provide a safe environment, a hygienic environment, and you're treated without respect, they have to accommodate you. They have to reimburse you from the hotel directly, or you know what I'm saying. If they don't want to comply, you can go that route. And they didn't want to comply, so I chose that route. And I got my money back, but before I got my money back, right, I went through a whole lot of things. Like, I had made 2 other transaction disputes, right? So because how dirty Chase Bank is, and because of the motherfuckers that was handling the situation, aka dirty ass Indians, because they put foreigners on the phone. It's like, why the fuck would you put foreigners on an American line? Like, I put English as my main language. So why the fuck am I talking to somebody that has broken English in the first place anyway? When I know they don't completely comprehend what I'm saying in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not even complying to, you know, what I selected. I said English, not English as a second language. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not fair to an American citizen who pays his, you know, tax and is working to have to deal with a motherfucker that speaks broken English. Yeah, you gotta learn, but not this time, you know what I'm saying? Find you something else to do until your English is second nature, until it sounds like you are, you know, your first language is English, or at least it's clear enough for other people to understand you. The fucking Indian on the phone that I was dealing with, I couldn't understand it, you know, that well. And they were kept trying to like say, well, you know, like undermine my reasoning for doing it. Like, the first transaction was because I went to Detroit Green Co., right? I wanted some flats and some fries. I don't do it with Wingstop because Wingstop, the one that's where I went to previously, they were nasty as fuck. Like, the dishes were soaked in grease, and that's cross-contamination. You know what I'm saying? Because they cook poultry there. And anytime you don't clean the water, you know what I'm saying, all the germs from the water is in your food. And that's what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't cleaning the water. They would just put dishes that had blood in it, chicken fat in it, and a water that was full of grease, and just rinse the dishes off. Like, how the fuck do you call that clean when, you know what I'm saying, your water dirty? How the fuck is that clean? So I'm like, oh no, I could never eat Wingstop no more. And I haven't. Since that time, I seen that shit. I just stopped eating that Wingstop. Because I'm like, no wonder I could be getting, you know, diarrhea and shit, aka blood from eating chicken here. You know what I'm saying? This is why. Because cross-contamination. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to take that chance. I don't want to get fucking salmonella poison. I'm just going to stop eating from this motherfucker together. So I saw Wingco, and I saw that, hey, Wingco is not really franchised like that out here. You know, it's only this one. Maybe the quality of food will be a lot better since, you know, they got other wing places around here, and this is not, you know, as popular as Wingstop. So I go there, right? Case in point, you know, when you're dealing with fucked up ass white folks, you know what I'm saying? Shit is always poor quality. So I'm like, what's going on? Because I'm talking to the chick right now. She was cute, and you know, I'm happy for her to be of service and shit. And you know, she looking at me and she's smiling. And she was like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good. And she was like, well, how may I help you today? I'm like, okay, let me get, you know, da-da-da. She's like, okay. So as she's ringing it in, right, the order goes to the back. And I see her making my food because I'm the only person that he had, right?
Then is it safe to say we've avoided oblivion for the time being?
I literally watch him
I can still sense a
go
faint
inside of
glimmer
his
of
pants
energy,
and
though.
scratch his balls.
It hasn't
I'm like,
completely
nigga, what?
dispersed.
Oh, you gotta be
You
fucking
can tell?
kidding me.
Ringo,
I'm like, this
your
nigga not know I'm
senses
right
seem
here.
a
I'm
lot
watching him
sharper
and
than
shit.
before,
Is
don't
he
they?
serious? So I'm like, hey,
And
I
you
don't want
said
the
you
chicken.
heard that
I told her I don't
voice,
want it.
right?
I don't want it. You cancel
I
that shit. I
guess.
don't want it. Why? What's
Maybe.
wrong? I'm
don't
like,
know.
because, you know,
I don't feel
this
bad,
place is
though.
on the sanitize. She's like, well, let me get my manager. I said, okay. So I'm talking to her manager, and he was like, what's the problem?
If
I'm like,
trace
well,
amounts,
first of all,
however
your
small, do
employees in the
remain,
food
then it leaves
broke
us no
himself.
choice.
He scratched
We
his
must destroy
groins,
the
his
entire
balls,
structure.
and didn't wash his hands. Then he
What
went
do
and
you
touched
suggest?
raw chicken
Bring it
with
down
those
piece
same
by
hands
piece?
and put a glove on, put the chicken
Once
in a
that's done,
basket, push
do
the
we do
fry
then?
button, right? After the chicken finished, he took and grabbed the chicken out with his bare hand, no glove
We
on,
go to Lennigus.
after touching raw chicken. Didn't wash his hands between none of that.
Even
That's
if
cross
we could
contamination.
destroy the whole
And
wedge like you
you know,
suggested,
he put his
it would
pubes
only
and
buy
shit
us
on.
time.
Like, I'm like, I don't want
The
that
fact
chicken.
they
That's
sent
chicken he's
this
about to
thing
serve
down
me.
tells me
I
they're
don't
not
want.
giving
I don't
up
want
this
y'all this
planet without a
motherfucker. Give me
fight.
my money back. So, she gave me my money back in person. So I leave, right?
There's also the matter of the Renis Alma.
But
Its circumstances still have yet to be truly
Um,
resolved.
before I got my money back, right, I had went
But
out.
how
I
do
had
we
called
even
them.
get to
I had
Lennigus?
called Chase Bank and told them about the situation. And they were
What
like,
if
well,
we
try to see if
hotwire
you get your
one of
money
their
back.
starships?
So I went back
There's
inside.
gotta be one on the planet
But when I told them
somewhere,
about the shit
right?
at Chase Bank, you know what I'm
Starships are
saying,
only
they were
seen on
reluctant
Dana at the
to
start
handle
and
it that
end
way.
of the Crown
So I
contest.
go to
Otherwise, they
Hibachi,
remain on
right? I
Lennigus.
go to Hibachi Grill.
Believe it or not,
I told
we
the
Renins down
old
here aren't quite
piece
as
of
free
shit
to
white
come and
bitch,
go as one might
you know,
think.
because she was racist, and I wanted to be set by
Great.
myself.
Well,
So
I'm
she
out
put
of
me with an
ideas
old couple.
then.
Now
We
the old
definitely
couple
don't
thought
have
I
the
was
tech to
attracted
build a
because,
starship.
you know,
Even if we
his
found a
girl,
Renin who'd help,
she's staring
who
at
knows
me
how
and
long
shit,
that'd take.
and
Yeah.
she battering her
Waiting
eyes,
for a
and he
starship
liked that
to
she
come down
staring.
from
I guess they
Lennigus
was
would
a
probably be
swinging
quicker
couple,
than that.
you know, because there are swingers out here and shit. And, you know, I was dressed pretty fly, and
Alfie,
he's, you know,
when you
he
came down from
filling her
Lennigus,
up and shit.
it
I'm
had to
like,
have been
this
in a
old ass
starship
couple,
of
these
your
old
own,
freaky
right?
motherfuckers.
Right.
I don't want to sit by them, you know what I'm saying? But I was glad that they liked me like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
You
okay,
can't be
at least they
serious.
not
That was
racist,
300
you
years
know,
ago.
thank
There's
God
no
they
way
not
it's still
racist.
gonna work.
That
And
Alfin
I didn't
didn't wake up
mind, you
until
know,
a
sharing
few
my
years
table
ago.
with them.
That
Besides, you
means
know,
it had to
them
have still been
being
functioning
a
that
freaky ass
whole
couple,
time to
like,
keep
you
his
know, how
body
he did was
preserved.
like just kind of like, you know,
Indeed.
grab her
You
little
wouldn't happen
titties
to
and shit,
remember
and
where
then
you
put his
landed,
hand on
would you?
her
My
thigh, and I'm
memories
like,
around
oh,
where
these
I
niggas going
parked
ham.
is still a little
And I'm
hazy,
like,
but
I don't
do
really
know
want this
that I
around
woke
where
up
I'm
in
eating at, but
Columbia.
they got the
Chances
gist
are
because I
it's
was
still
on
in the
company. So they
area.
stopped and they just
At
started
least it's a place
inquiring
to
about,
start.
you know, where I'm from and
Luckily,
other
that
little
road's my old
things. And I,
stomping
you know, I obliged
So
them.
I
So
should be
I
able to get us some help.
pushed
finding
for
her.
it with them. We exchanged a conversation. All of a sudden, the cook come out. I don't eat bottom
This is
feeders.
it.
Yeah. As long as Lennigus stands there, there's no avoiding it.
So what's this help and
I
collaborate
ain't bottom
you're
feeders.
planning to enlist?
That includes
My buddy Nath.
oysters,
If anyone there knows something,
shrimp,
I figure it's him.
catfish,
But first, we need
mussels,
to catch a boat and get back to the
clams,
mainland.
lobsters, crabs. All these creatures eat shit. Their body has developed from eating shit. So it's all in them. Their whole being is just, you know, shit connoisseurs. So when you eat their flesh, you eating shit. I'm like, I'm straight. I'm straight. I'm straight. I don't even like having to take a shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I can, but I don't like it shit. You know what I'm saying? It's gross. Like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? It smells terrible. You know what I'm saying? You know, and if you don't wipe yourself, you smell terrible. Like, just the idea of shit just disgusts me. So I'm just like, man, I couldn't eat a creature that just spend their whole life eating shit. I can't do it. It just don't sit right in my spirit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm straight. I don't want that
First
shit.
port of call is Boozer.
But while I'm sitting there, right, I
when
had
we
ordered
started out.
salmon and steak. Now, the couple ordered scallops, shrimp, steak, and
You okay? You don't look so good.
fried rice. This stupid ass
think I'm
chef,
just a little
he puts
seasick,
the shrimp,
that's all.
the scallops right next to my steak and my salmon,
Liar.
so all the juices get mixed together.
You
I was
heard
so
me.
mad. I
You've
called
never been good at hiding your
Chase,
emotions,
a guy that
Shion.
disputed. They gave my sister that, and that shit
Excuse
cost
me?
$60 by the way.
Just what do you-
$60 for a meal where you can buy all that shit at home. I mean, at the grocery
right.
store,
sorry.
and get way more for your money. You could buy not only two
Is it about
steaks
Alfin?
for $20, but you know, thick ass steaks
No,
for $20.
not just
Then
him.
you could buy a whole bag of shrimp for $5. A whole bag, not
Something you
5 or
can't
6 or
talk
7,
about?
but a whole bag for $5.
Renwell,
You can buy scallops
I'm not
for
like
about
the rest
$5 to
of
$10, a whole
Of course
bag.
you are.
You know what I'm saying? You come out spending
No,
$30
I'm
for a whole
serious.
meal.
Back when we first met,
They offer
I think maybe then I did think
leftovers,
we were different.
seconds and thirds,
But now I know that isn't true.
or spending $60.
You and I are the same,
And I had the
Sean.
lesser shit. I
We're
just had
alike in
steak
more
and
ways than
salmon
you know.
with fried rice, vegetable fried rice on top of that, and my shit came to $65
If
some
any
dollars
of
and
us
some
is
odd
different,
cents.
it's me.
I was like, oh no,
I'm a Danon
I
who
would
can use
never
magic.
eat in this bitch again.
I may be the last.
The
Family and I have been
hospitality
living
was
in
better
hiding
at,
as
you
long
know,
as I can remember.
Everyone has their own pain that can be hard for other people
Benny
to
Hannes.
understand.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
saw
Benny
the two
Hannes,
of you talking and thought you could
they didn't
use a
cost no
third
time to make
wheel.
my food.
So,
And they
here
made my
I
shit
am.
separate.
sorry.
And the cook was so cool. You know, he was doing tricks and
If
shit.
anyone's the odd one
So
out
I'm
here,
like,
it's me. Believe
I ain't
me.
fucking with Hibachi
You don't
and
want to
Taylor.
listen to my problems.
I'd rather go
Want me
out
to
to Fairlane Mall and go
I didn't say
to
that.
Benny
I
Hannes
get that
and
you
get my
must have
shit
a lot
made the
circling
way I want it
around that
made
head of yours, and that's okay.
without
Whatever's
the
worrying you
added
right
bullshit.
now, you're allowed to worry
So,
about it.
I
And
said,
you
fuck
don't
it.
have to talk about it if
Let
you
me my
don't
money
want to.
back. So I disputed
I
that.
know I'm not
They
a
wired
Renan
$6
like
in
you,
my account.
or a mage
Then
like
I got the
Renwell.
hotel.
I'm not a
But after I
sovereign
disputed that
maiden
large
or lord.
transaction,
I'm just
they
a
put a
Danon
hold
who
on my
used to be a
card.
slave.
So I'm in a store, I'm
But
shopping like,
regardless of
damn.
all that,
You know,
I'm
let me
here
get a
for
bottle
you,
of wine.
Shion.
Because I gotta have my wine for when I rollerblade.
That goes
Gotta
for
be
me
tipsy as
too.
fuck, gone.
We all want to be there for
And,
you.
you know,
Me and
got my
Hoodoo
mirror
and even
on
the
deck.
boys. I promise.
You know what I'm saying? I got, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that
She
is what friends are
said
supposed
lovely.
to do, right?
You know, weighing only at 1 ounce. Love her to death.
I said this to Alphen, and
And
now
I'm
I'll
like,
say
okay,
it to
we
you.
straight.
You're not alone in
I
this.
don't really need that right now. You know, I'm like, all I needed was the wine and my salad because, like, since I was always on the go, I would go and get a rotisserie
you.
chicken, pull off the breast, and
Renwell.
chop it up with the skin intact, you know,
Kisara.
a brown or dark brown rotisserie chicken. 'Cause I don't eat that raw shit. That's why motherfuckers is getting
And
sick now
right
and
on
getting
cue,
parasites
I
because
think I
they
should
eat
make my
undercooked
way back
meat.
and lie down
And
for
a
a
lot
bit.
of meat carries parasites and germs
My battle
that
with
can
this
only
ship
be
continues.
eradicated once the food
Yeah,
is
I better
cooked
head back
too
too.
well done.
We wouldn't want the
But
guys
people
thinking
want to
they're
eat
in
shit
charge.
medium rare. I'm straight.
you imagine
you
Law
be
at the
sick,
helm?
not me.
Who knows what
That's
kind
why I
of
get my
trouble
shit
we'd get
well
into.
done. And people think that, oh, if you get your shit well done, it dries out. No, it doesn't. If you know how to cook, your food won't dry out. Like if you pan-sear steak, right? If you take and marinate your steak,
Still,
whatever seasonings and
If that's
marinades you
true,
got, like it's so many ways
then
you
it's
can cook
all
a
the
steak.
more
Like,
reason I
you
have
can
to
cook
do
steak.
this.
This is my unmarinated way. I take 2 cloves of garlic, half a green bell pepper, a quarter of whatever onion your choice, whether white, yellow, you know, or purple.
Aw, are you tired,
Chop it up.
Poodle?
You sure he's not just trying to hide
You know,
from
you
us?
throw your meat in there with the onions and bell pepper. But before you put your meat in there, you know, me, I like to, I like halal meat because it just tastes better. You know, when the meat is drained of blood, you know, and you should always pray over your food anyway. You know what I'm saying? Bismillah. You should always pray over your food. Anytime you put food in your body, you should pray over it because, you know, you don't know what the fuck is going on with your food nowadays. You don't know who the fuck touched your food before it got to you nowadays. So if you eat out a lot, you better pray. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't eat out a lot, you better pray at home. You know what I'm saying? Just so the Lord can, you know, protect over you while you consuming the food that you eat because you just don't know nowadays. I mean, they talking about we got shit in our produce and in all our fruit. How the fuck that happen? If people are doing their jobs, if the government is doing this job, this should never happen. But, you know, we got shit in our food. So, and I wasn't worried. Like, I didn't stop buying fresh produce or fruit because I put my fruit and veggies in a bowl of vinegar water with baking soda, and I rub each leaf individually several times after I let my shit soak in this water, and then I rinse it over running water. So you're not about to get me, you know what I'm saying, with none of that bullshit. Nope. But that's what I did, you know what I'm saying? And I've been doing that. And when they said, oh, we got an outbreak, and I was like, oh, don't apply to me, because I wash my vegetables and fruits. I don't even sample shit at the grocery store no more, because I know how nasty motherfuckers is. You taking a huge chance when you sample a grape or a strawberry at the motherfuckers come out the bathroom. I see you at Myers all the time, in Walmart all the time. They're going piss and shit. Don't touch no water, no soap, and then me picking over the produce. For real. I see motherfuckers that work in them places do the same shit. So I'm like, no, I wouldn't even dare try some shit in the grocery store. I look at it thoroughly, you know, underneath it, lift it up, look on the bottom, look on the sides. If I see any withering inside of the container that got fruit in it or any rotten, I don't even fuck with the whole batch. If I pick up thyme or rosemary and one batch of the thyme is brown, throw that shit, you know, I don't want that shit. I'll put it to the side. I'll let the people know, like, hey, you gotta take this off the shelf. This shit is not fresh. And then I go about my business. Sometimes, you know, I just put it at the front so, you know, a person after me can see it and they could be like, you know, whatever. Because sometimes I just don't want to go chase down a person, because sometimes you don't see a person around and I'm like, I ain't got time. I'll just sit at the front so the next person, if they see somebody, they could just give it to them and make them aware of it. But majority of the time, I let them know, like, hey, bro, your produce is fucked up. You need to, you know what I'm saying, put some fresh produce out here, because this shit ain't cool, you know. But that was the issue. But back to the bank shit, right? So because they had restricted my card, I go to the bank on Northline. I go inside the bank. I put it on my social media account too. Like I was taping it. The camera's pointing down at my boots, because that was the reason why I was getting so much hate from these ugly ass bitches inside this bank. Like, I don't do training shit. I don't go put wigs on my head. I don't wear motherfucking mascara. Like, I just put oil on my skin. Like, I made my own oil. I made this rosemary hibiscus oil. It's rosemary hibiscus oil that just got different oils in there. You know, for nourishing the scalp and locking in moisture, and strengthening your hair strand follicles. And then I also put, you know, food in there, which is the hibiscus and the rosemary, because it acts as like a food agent and it also nourishes. So, you know, I rub just a little bit, like a drop on my palm of my hand, on both palms, rub it in, and I massage my face with it, and I rub across my eyelids, and the excess oil gets soaked into my eyelashes, and they grow. They have grown substantially. Like, my shit's so long, bitches be looking at me, and I don't mean females, I mean just hateful, envious, ugly bitches be looking at me like I got on mascara or some shit, and I'm looking at like, bitch, what the fuck is you looking at? I don't tranny, you know what I'm saying? I don't drag. I'm not going for no women's image.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't want to be no woman. I don't want shit they got. I don't want no period.
Whatever.
I don't want that shit.
If she's
It's just hard enough being a man maintaining your emotions as it is, because motherfuckers, especially if you a pretty man, they try to try you. They try to try you like you some bitch ass nigga. Like, they could just walk over you, bully you, say any kind of slick shit to you. You know what I'm saying? They try to emasculate you. And I'm like, you know what? Lord knows that I will fight to the death for my shit. For real. Lord knows that. And you know, God has been good to me and redirected me and handling my battles for me.
Mahag
like I said, with the court shit that I had dealt with that tied up during my time, my lawyer had a severe heart attack.
Reciting a poem.
That bitch got
apparently.
spooked. And she was
Just
like, I'm gonna do
let him
whatever
be.
I can to get you out of this. Bitch, after you wasted all my time because I threatened to fire you, I tried to fire you, but the whole ass judge, because she was in cahoots with this bitch, kept on my case trying to say, well, we haven't got your competency test back, so until you're rendered competent, I can't allow you to fire your attorney because you don't know what's in your best interest. I'm like, bitch, these niggas lied to even get me before you. The fuck is you talking about? But I said, all right. Lord, give me strength. And sure enough, the judge got sick too. So when my lawyer was like, oh, I want to dismiss it, she ain't hesitate. She's like, okay, whatever your lawyer say, I'm gonna do it. Bitch, really though, after y'all took a whole year of my time, got me stressed out, got me dealing with depression because I'm like, you know, this shit is serious that they trying to pin me with. And they tied up my time with this shit. All because a dirty motherfucker lied on me. So, you know what I'm saying? I was so hurt at how the judicial system do people of melanated color. Because again, they had no facts, they had no witnesses, they had nothing against me. But the word of this dirty motherfucker who put me in a situation, and the word of this dirty ass, racist, bitch ass, white attorney, prosecutor that was assigned to my case, who was giving me problems and making it hard for me to do other things with my time, you know, stress free. So I was like, Lord, you know, what's going on, man? You know, what's good with you? Because, you know, I'm not out here, I'm not no motherfucking pedophile. I think any motherfucker that's a pedophile should be killed, put to death. I'm not, you know, a rapist. I don't belittle or disrespect women. You know what I'm saying? And when I say bitches, I mean women who actually deserve the title. You a dirty ass bitch, you know what I'm saying? You a yuck ass bitch because you earned that shit. Not because you a woman. That's not how I treat women. You know, if you a bad bitch, I give you, you know, kudos, hand clap, you know what I'm saying? Standing ovation, because not only are you gorgeous, you know, and when I say bad, I don't mean in a negative way. I mean like brilliant, astounding, determined, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like intuitive, charming, truthful, and humble. A bad bitch. But people, you know what I'm saying, when they stupid as fuck, they try to, oh, well, he mean it this way, or he mean it, bitch, I meant it the way I said it. If you don't understand how I said it, then you should ask the person before you jump to your own conclusion or your own assumption. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your stupid ass the fuck on. I don't need you interpreting what I'm saying. I'm completely able and capable of telling you what the fuck I meant, if you want to know. But you get dumb motherfuckers that always want to sit there and put their 2 cents on what the fuck you got going on, or what you say about some shit, when you ain't ask for nothing they got going on. You ain't ask for their opinion, their 2 cents, their criticism, none of that shit. But they just feel like they just are entitled to say some shit about what the fuck you got going on, or sabotage what you got going on. Either way, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers is out here. That's the point. And in order for you to you know, not get in the midst of that shit, it's better to be solo dolo until you ready to, you know what I'm saying, settle down with your wife or your husband. Or if you got really good friends that don't keep up bullshit, you know what I'm saying, and your friends cause you drama or always in some bullshit, you know, them not friends, them are problems. And I notice a lot of people drag you into their problems and shit, or you know, you might find out about somebody that you never knew about them. Case in point, when I dealt with a rat bastard, I didn't know this person was a rat bastard. I had to find out on my own.
It's noisy
course
in here,
of action.
isn't it?
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't always go off what somebody said about a person. Like, people say all kinds of stuff, and sometimes shit be 100% true, and other times it be 100% false. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have a good rapport with the person that's telling you something about somebody, you know what I'm saying? It's like, do you trust them or not? You know, especially if they done you dirty. It's like, why trust them anyway? You know what I mean? But somebody that gave me some insight about this motherfucker, and they would happen to be 100%, but I didn't know that because I was young and naive at the time, and you know, I was dealing with some other shit. But Lord, you know, the Most High, the Creator, gave me insight, you know, through hands-on experience to see what kind of motherfucker this was. And I was like, oh Lord, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the wrong, forgive me for that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta atone for that. And I did, which is why I don't fuck with the motherfucker no more. But that same person is online trying to ridicule
Calaglia.
and extra, you know,
feels like it's been ages.
And wasn't Zephyr with us too?
Hey, chin up.
Ostracize people that are honest about who they are. Because this person, you know, is saying all this hateful rhetoric and ranting on about what other people do with their lives, and you know how they live their life for themselves and not for God. And it's like, first of
Everyone
all,
around here looks
you
so
know,
much happier than they used to.
God wants you to live your life for
I'll
you,
say,
but also
it
God
feels
wants
like
you to
an
acknowledge
entirely
God
different place.
and honor and respect
suppose it's had
God
time to
if
adjust
you're
to its
going on
newfound
about
freedom.
according to the
Zephyr would have
Christian
been
Bible.
so happy
God
to see
wants you to
this.
live for you. God says,
Yeah,
you know, God wants
he
you to be
really would've.
fruitful, abundant, and
Especially
happy,
if you
right?
knew law was-
That's living for you.
Law?
So, you know, you supposed to
Something
love
bothering
yourself.
you, Law?
And you're supposed to guide yourself. You know, that's part of your
I'll be fine.
responsibility.
It's
But
just,
you also
you
supposed
know.
to allow the Lord to guide you when God reaches out
It
to
still
you.
weighs on you,
And it
doesn't it?
also states in the Bible
Running away
that
back then.
everybody has their own walk with
I
God.
abandoned my
so
home.
the timing of when
And
you
when I
get
finally
close to
come
the Lord
back,
is
it's
your
been
time.
liberated.
It may not be the same for somebody
What's
else. This
important
person
is that it's
they may
free.
be
I
5
get that,
years
I
before
do.
they
I
become
just-
closer to God.
I
You
should
don't
be
know their
here.
timeline. You don't know what God has set up for them or when God decides to call them. So you can't judge nobody at the pace they going with God. And two, it says in the Bible that God don't make mistakes. People are born, you know, bisexual. No one is heterosexual. No one. Because you have the chromosomes of man and women. So in your DNA, your natural DNA, it's natural for you to be attracted to either the same sex or the opposite sex because of your DNA makeup. It's you loving who you are. But they try to demonize that too. It's just like, man, the shit that people just don't do for themselves. They don't take the time to educate themselves, and that's why so much hate in the world, so much division, and not enough unity. It's because of ignorance. Stupid motherfuckers who want to be heard, want to be seen, think they know some shit, and then take the time to educate themselves. You know,
Looks
about
like you have your hands full.
you
As
know
much as ever.
what's
As if I
right,
wasn't busy enough putting down the
morally,
last remnants of
ethically.
Renan rule. I'm up to
You
my
know,
ears
globally.
in Dan and disputes. And then, pretty sure we got enough
instead of
about
their
my-
own
a
selfish,
starship.
you know what I'm
What do you need
saying?
one of those for?
Ideologies that they want to enforce
To get to Lennigus.
with dumbass rhetoric.
Believe
It's
it or
like,
not,
man,
it
come on,
wouldn't be
man.
the craziest
I
thing.
just
Oh,
don't have time
I
for
believe
that
it.
shit.
Then do you have any... Sure.
So
we've got
I'm
mind
just
if we
like,
could-
you know
Yeah.
what? I'm straight.
Okay,
you know,
thanks, Nath.
when it dealing with, you know, large quantities of people, because you just once you start to get to know people, sometimes it'll just you get to the point where you don't even like their ass no more. And
I read through all of the
I'm
records,
like, man,
but
I
I
don't want to
only
waste that
found
kind
a
of
single.
time.
It
Honest
looked
to
like
God,
it
I
was.
know.
That ring
So,
any...
you know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's one
saying?
of the big-
Another
or
meteor?
you
I
get in
wonder
the
if it
butt
could have been
by
one of the-
hanging
All
out
the more
with them.
reason
Because
to
you can
check
hang
it
out with
out.
somebody and they could be a wanted
Can you
criminal.
tell us how to get there?
A real wanted criminal. You would never know.
The old Zion
Motherfuckers have
mine is up that
a great
One of the
way
veins we abandoned
nowadays of
connects to the
masking who they
volcano.
are.
Go
That's
ahead
how
and use
people
that.
marry people, and they marry them, and all of a sudden
But
they
you should
turn
be
out to
careful.
be psychotic, extremely violent. You know,
I don't know if it has anything to do
or
with
they
the
rape
meteor.
they wives
There's a
and
giant
shit.
zoo
You know what I'm
running
saying?
riot
Like
in
Ike
there.
Turner.
Never seen
Tina
anything
Turner
like
had
it.
no idea that Ike Turner was that kind of
Zugal,
nigga.
huh?
She had no idea.
I turned
She
back
thought
as
the
soon as I
nigga
caught
was
sight of the thing.
phenomenal. Oh, he's a
So I can't
singer,
tell you
a
much more.
songwriter.
Just be
you know,
real
he's a
careful with the head out that
musician.
way.
He makes his own music and writes his own shit. He's a catch, and he rich, and he black. I gotta get this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm a ride or die bitch. And then she found out to marry the nigga that this nigga was a cocaine addict, that he was abusive, he raped her. You know what I'm saying? She had to get the fuck on. That's when she came with that song, What the Fuck Love Got to Do With It. You can love somebody, but you ain't gotta deal with that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's why she made that song. And I feel her on that.
All right.
Because, you know, that's not love. But
I guess.
she didn't know that shit. It took her a minute to realize what kind of motherfucker he was after they got married. So, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, they put on that mask. They got mask on in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And then the mask come off when they get comfortable. So it's like,
Right.
you know, do you want to waste this amount of time to get to find out who the fuck a real motherfucker really is? Or do you want to be, you know,
I didn't like
headache
the
free?
sound of that monster Nath was talking.
I'd rather be headache free. So, you know what I'm
About one
saying?
hit.
I
Well,
don't
we have to press
I
on.
don't get involved with
Going
my-
through Zion Mine
like
to
I let
burn
my
volcano.
spirit of
Let's
discernment
move.
like guide me, and the people I consider to be friends don't be on that kind of fuck shit. So you know what I'm saying? They do their own thing. They not invasive in other people's businesses, they not judgmental. You know, they just trying to live and take care of their families and, you know, be happy people. Which is why I'm like, all right, yeah, you can be my friend on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll be your friend in real life. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that, you know, I know that you good people. I've seen what you respond to online, what you do on, you know what I mean? Like, I know what's up with you, but you do get them motherfuckers that be on some other shit, and I ain't got time for it. I really don't. So I'm like, you know what? To save me a headache, I ain't fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's paid off. It has paid off tremendously. Like, talk about no headache. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, yeah, I can rock with that. I'm cool with that. But it's just not worth it. It's not worth wasting your time on another individual who's not worth your time. So, you know what I'm saying? But that's, you know, that's the decision that's made at your own discretion with the people that you dealing with. I just know, you know, previous people that I dealt with that are no longer in my life, that's the reason why they're not in my life. Because I chose not to have them in my life. Dealing with the choices that they choose to make, you know what I'm saying, that's not conducive to the lifestyle that I want to live. I don't want to live, you know, with people that do foul shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want them in my inner circle. Like, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm straight on that. You know, get the fuck from away from me, because I don't live like that. And if I allow myself to be your friend, that means I condone what you do. That means I don't have no problem with what you do. So that ain't gonna work for me, because I'm not hypocritical. I'm not fake. You know what I'm saying? If I know that shit, I don't feel comfortable, or I know I don't do that kind of shit, I don't want you around me. I don't want any people thinking that I do have anything to do with you or do the same shit that you do. You know what I'm saying? That's like a motherfucker being a rapist, right? For child pedophilia or some shit, and then you go be their friend, right? Now they looking at you like you a pedophile too. You can't say, "Oh, I ain't know." Like, it's your, they come like, "Well, nigga, it's your job to know. You call him a friend. How you don't know?" You know what I'm saying? Nah. Anybody get me caught up like that? Oh no, like the Epstein files, right? You know what I'm saying? He on the news for eating kids and raping little girls and shit. And who is friend? You know what I'm saying? And why they want the shit to be released? Because it incriminated who the fuck he was hanging out with, right? Exactly. So I'm straight. No. But yeah, shit is nasty out here. So I'm just like, when you're solo dolo, I ain't gotta worry about none of that though. You know what I'm saying? For real. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Keep that shit away from me. Lord Almighty. And that prayer be working, because I always ask Lord for protection and guidance, you know, from temptation and any wickedness that wishes to do me harm. And the Lord has been protecting me, you know, from that kind of shit. So I you know,
have you guys checked your equipment
I was saved in some near death situations, you know what I'm saying? So I know, you know what I mean? I know how dirty, you know, I mean, how shit can be, and you know, how dirty life can get, because like I said, I was dealing with law enforcement trying to wham and bam me and shit. And because, you know, I had paperwork, everything on paper. it saved my life. So make sure that you're very thorough. This is my advice. Make sure that you're very thorough. Keep track of everything. Keep track of everything when it comes to finances, when it comes to investments, you know, when it comes to property you own, when it comes to titles, deeds, when it comes to transactions you make, when it comes to purchases you make. Keep the receipts. Always keep those shit. Get you a shoebox or a tote that's strictly for your documentation, you know, of that nature, and organize it. Receipts with a paper clip, titles with a paper clip, deeds with a paper clip, finances with a paper clip. You know what I'm saying? Keep your shit organized and somewhere safe where people can't get a hold of it. You know, safe deposit. No, I don't say safe deposit back, but your own personal safe. You know, that nobody know the combination to. That nobody know where it's at. You know, in a discreet location that's only accessible to you and whoever you trust. And you know, keep that shit under lock and key, because it'll save your life. I'm telling you, it'll save, and it'll also help out. You know, with you know, generational stuff too. Like if you want to leave shit to your kids or grandkids or, you know, other family members, you know, that could be a way of you doing so, and them having the evidence to coincide what's rightfully yours. You know, because sometimes people die, the state of trying to seize your property. Did we really just spend that much money? Like, oh, you know, well, state got it now. I'm like, oh, no, nigga, no, you don't, nigga, no, you don't, because my mom, my dad, or my grandparents made a will, and in a will, or, you know, the title is right here, and the title, you know what I'm saying, I have it, so it's no way it could be yours. It's mine. My family left it to me. Yeah. Or I have it. I have the title right here. So there's no way this land is yours. You know what I mean? If they try to come in and build on your land without your consent type shit, you can sue them and take everything. But you know, it's really rough out there like that. It's so rough that you have to be thorough like that. But it's up to you to, you know, to live at your own discretion. But I just know that that's what saved me. So, you know what I'm saying? I always been that thorough. And you know, that was God reaching out to me, because God was like, you know what, you better keep track of everything, especially with the way unemployment showed you how they get down. Because I got it every time they denied me, and I won when I went to court and won, because they made some bogus ass excuse of why they denied me, but I won. You know what I'm saying? So I learned to just keep track of shit and not throw away nothing that's have, you know, severe importance to, you know, what's going on in my life. So, you know, that can help you out. And I don't really do, you know, like I don't mind having a therapist. I don't. Like I really wish I would have had one as a kid coming up, because I had a lot of shit that I had to digest and work through, coming from, you know, a broken home and having a very abusive parent. You know what I'm saying? So I had to like learn how to cope with that kind of shit, and then not allow that kind of rage or resentment to cloud my judgment when it comes to how I interact with people, you know, or what I allow in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because trauma and heartache and pain will not only magnetize other fucked up people to you, but also it'll determine your self-esteem and your self-value, so it'll influence the decisions you make. If you don't think that you deserve the best, you will settle for less type shit. And I'm like, oh no, I can't, I'll never settle for less again. You know what I'm saying? I settled for less when I dealt with my piece of shit ass ex, and that was the worst. But when I got to my, you know, not my ex-girlfriend, not my homegirl, but the one after her, you know, that was a horrible mistake. And after that person, I didn't have serious relationships. I had 2 other relationships I had dated that was like just casual. One, you know, we were just hanging out, getting to know each other, having fun. And then the other one really, actually both of them really liked me. I'm not even gonna hold up. One was so nice. That person lived out in Ypsilanti, and you know, I came to visit for a little while, and they was like, well, you know, if you want to move out here, you can just stay here. I'm like, oh, I love Ypsilanti, and I should accept the offer. You know what I'm saying? Because this person was extremely good to me, and you know, treated me with the highest level of respect and love and dignity, and you know, that was like really refreshing. You know, because to go from dating a piece of shit to dating somebody that like practically worships the ground you walk on, you know what I'm saying, it's huge. And both of them were like that. So I was like, damn, you know, God, I understand. This is why you want me to leave this motherfucker, why I put this motherfucker out, because you wanted me to know that, you know, there's way better, look better, smell better, can do way better, you know what I'm saying, type of people out here. And I got to experience that. So I just was like, you know what, me personally, I haven't lived my life long enough to decide if I want to be a stay-home dad, because that was the last offer I got, was being a stay-home dad with someone I was dating. And I was like, what? Nah, I ain't no deadbeat. What the fuck wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? I want my own money. I ain't about to be codependent, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, like, you don't have to work. You don't. I'm like, what? But you ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna say that you ain't rich? You know what I mean? Like, you ain't no millionaire, you ain't no billionaire, you ain't no trillionaire. What the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that person put that on the table. And I'm like, I get my own money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the provider. So how that's gonna work? And that person was like, I don't give a fuck about that. You still can be the provider. But, you know, I just want you to be a stay-at-home dad. I was like, oh, I love that. Because I do want to have my own kids. I definitely want to have my own kids. And I definitely don't want nobody raising my kids, except for my kid's mother and me. You know what I'm saying? I don't, I'm straight on that. Like, because even grandparents can be a problem sometimes too. They be having they fucked up ways that they stuck in, and I don't want my kids to pick up no badass ways. I don't want nobody in my ear talking about me to my kids and shit. You know what I mean? In my kids' ear, because people do that shit. They'll say all kind of foul shit behind your back. They'll get on the phone and talk about you to their siblings or their other family members, but never tell what the fuck they do, type shit, you know. And I have a lot of people in my family that do petty ass shit like that. So I'm like, you know, I don't want my kids to pick up them kind of bad habits. I want my kids to get on the phone if they talking to somebody and talk about good things, you know. Like, hey, you know, what's your plans? You know, you trying to, when you gonna become a millionaire? What's your goal? Is it next year and the year after that? Or, you know, so what you gonna do for Thanksgiving? Or, you know what I'm saying? When you trying to come out and watch a movie, or when you gonna come over and have dinner? You know, good shit. I don't want my kids to sit there and be bickering and petty as fuck, or spiteful as hell, or micromanage. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want my kids to be petty as fuck at all. I want my kids to love life, enjoy their life, concentrate on being healthy, eat right, you know what I'm saying? Not eat bullshit ass food, fake ass food that fuck up your digestive tract, fuck up your gut health, you know what I'm saying? Fuck up your body, cause you, you know, diabetes or cancer, or, you know what I'm saying, other fucked up shit like bone deterioration, you know what I'm saying? Because some shit, you know, fucks up your bone. You know, it's just a lot of shit you, man. Or have a corroded liver because they drink their problems away. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. I'm straight on that. Like, I don't want my kids growing up with that kind of fuck shit. Like, I want my kids to be free, like financially free. Which is why I don't have none, because if I'm not rich, I'm not having no kids. I'm just not gonna do it, because I don't want my kids to be subjected to poverty at all. And the only way your kids can be subjected to poverty if you ain't got your shit together before you have them. And I'm not about to do that. I'm not gonna put my kid through that kind of scrutiny and you know, headache and disappointment. I refuse to go that route. So, you know, that's why I ain't got none right now. But I could have. I had a lot of surrogate mothers, you know, that was like, you could have my womb. I know you a good man. You know, you beautiful. You got jokes. You know what I'm saying? Keep money in your pocket. You could be baby daddy. And I'm like, but you know, I didn't accept the offer because it's like I know that, you know, you know, and I appreciate that, but you know what I'm saying, if I can't take care of you, I don't want no kid, because I don't give a fuck what me and my baby mama go through. She gonna always be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to leave her struggling on nothing, because she gonna take that shit out on my child. If I never had you, I won't be going through this shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's all because you're a fucked up ass daddy. I should never have kids with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? If I would have had another nigga then, or if I would have had a baby daddy, you know, I wouldn't be worried about this kind of shit. I wouldn't be struggling. But I'm sitting there struggling because I'm taking care of your ass type shit. Like, nah, bitch, you ain't about to do my kid like that. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, I want to be, you know, rich, and so I can be like, all right, what you need, baby mama? You need a house? Where you want to live at? What state? Okay. You need a car? All right, here you go. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna need nothing. But anything else, like she want her get her hair done, nails done, bitch, you better go get a job. You better go get a motherfucking job, because I ain't paying for that shit. Matter of fact, you know, that's if we not together. If we not together, I ain't paying for that shit. You know, your nigga better pay for that shit, and don't have no nigga around my kids either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not control your life, but you better not have no nigga around my kid to me or my kid's grandparents. They can babysit for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? I can babysit for a couple months if need be, but you don't have no nigga around my kids, because I know how niggas do. Like, it's a lot of fucked up men out here, and I don't even understand why. It's like most of the most perverted, most fucked up men go after women with kids. No lie. There's some good men that will help a woman out with a kid. They'll accept her and everything she come with. But them the real ones. Them the real, you know, good ones. The ones that, you know, are godly men, where they moving with, you know, sincerity and generosity and love and kindness in their heart. You know what I'm saying? But then you got them demon ass niggas that see a woman with kids and they try to go after the kids, but they get to her first. They got to get close to the bitch first to go after the kids type shit. They do that. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, bitch, don't have no nigga around my kids. I don't give a fuck how desperate you feel. If you feel like you need to have a nigga in your life, sign up your parental rights and give me my child. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want my child to be around you if that's how you feel it. Fuck all that. But, you know, that's why I'm like, these is things I'm gonna have discussed before I even conceive a child. Like, this shit, she gonna have to, I need you to sign that paper. See that paper right there? Sign that shit. Because if we having a kid, sign that shit. You know what I'm saying? These are things that I'm gonna hold you obligated to before you birth this child out. Sign that paper, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And if she can't sign, then I ain't fucking with you. Just ain't gonna fuck with you. But that's where I'm at. So, you know, hey, that sound like a lot, but trust and believe. When you see the results, you be like, I see why he did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it saves you from a lot of unnecessary shit.
Perfect.
A lot of unnecessary shit. And it holds them accountable for doing fuck shit.
Shion, could we
Because
talk a
women do
moment?
a lot of fuck shit. For real. They spiteful. They conniving.
do you have time to
they
talk?
fucking lie.
There's something
These
I
the
need to
ones,
ask
women
you.
that ain't right. Because there's some
course.
right women out there.
What's
Some
up?
women that will lift
It's
up,
about the
you
doll I
know,
used to have
they
as a little
counterpart,
girl.
they man,
I gave it some more thought, and I
support
still
their man with love and
Yeah,
dedication
I know
and
that it's-
loyalty.
I couldn't be.
You
Are
know,
you-
and play
Look,
their role.
crazy-
You know what I'm
sometimes-
saying?
Exactly. You
Can't a little doll.
His
made the same-
rib, you
Right?
know. But then there's some
Look.
bitches that
Yeah,
just want a
I
man
think so
for a
too.
paycheck, and I that ain't me. That ain't
I'm
me,
looking
bitch.
forward to
'Cause
breakfast.
the shit you could do, I could do for myself. I can cook for myself. I can clean for myself. You know what I'm saying? I can bust a nut by myself. Fuck you mean? You know,
Did you get
I
enough
really
sleep?
don't even need you unless I want to have a kid anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, fuck you talking about. Like, don't get it twisted. You know, you're not providing some shit that I can't provide for myself. That's what some women don't understand. They feel like because they got a pussy that they entitled
Everything
to be treated a certain way and pampered a certain way. But newsflash, bitch, if you're not performing at my expectations, why would I reward you? fuck wrong with you? You want me to put you in a house and give you a badass car, but you don't even know how to cook a decent meal, or you can't even keep your pussy fresh. Fuck wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do shit for me, but you want me to do everything for you. Who the fuck raised you? Cause I don't need the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a super like aggressively sexually person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't dictate how I move. Like, that shit don't bother me like it do other men. Other men, like, I gotta have some pussy. I gotta, but you know what I'm saying? I gotta fuck with somebody. You know what I'm saying? They be on that kind of shit and they can't think. They mind be so fucked up because that's all they think about all day, every day. That ain't me. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't woo me with your feminine wiles. You can't, you know, seduce me with your feminine wiles. You can't handicap me with that shit because that shit don't entertain me like that. So I'm like, you know, you got to come harder than that. If you want me to, you know what I'm saying, do all this extravagant shit for you and, you know, put you before everybody else, like it's like, what the fuck is you doing for me though? Oh, okay, right.
Let's see what you've got.
But anyway, again, all women are not like that. And they're not.
Small,
but
a victory.
A lot of them is.
We have a long way yet to go.
Like today, right? I go. Now I didn't shower yesterday because I did all that working out. Then I rollerbladed at night. It's like around here, since it's Michigan, it don't get dark until like 11,
feels odd here.
12 o'clock, where it gets dark, like where, you know, a person can't really see you in a road. And that's how I like it, because I be doing tricks on my rollerblades and shit, and I be moving really fast. So I don't like people gawking and watching this shit, because, you know, since my senses is so high, it pulls my attention away. And, you know, I don't like to be like, who the fuck is staring at me? You know what I'm saying? I feel watched. What the fuck? And then I look around and I find somebody with their phone out, or they, you know what I mean, they just gawking and shit. I don't really like that. So I tried to do it at night so I can be discreet about, you know, rollerblading and shit. And I come back, I go, and I pass out. I couldn't do it. I tried to stay up and watch videos because I was watching Interview with the Vampire Lestat.
So
But it felt like a rerun. Like, it felt like I was watching the first season all over again. I'm like, am I tripping? Or is this really the third, you know, is this really Lestat's story? Because it's going over the love shit between him and Louis. And I'm like, I'm tired of seeing about Louis. I don't even like fucking Louis. I can't stand Louis bitch ass, crying ass, punk ass. I don't like Louis. You know what I'm saying? I wish they would have got a better black guy to play the role. Because I'm just not vibing with the guy. I'm just not. Like, I feel like, dude, what are you complaining for? You was living a life of sin. Lestat gave you immortality. He gave you immortality. And he had some of the strongest blood in his veins. He has the ability in his bloodline to fly, mind control, stop time, superhuman strength. What the fuck is you whining about? Why are you complaining about being not human? Like, who the fuck want to be human? I would throw this humanity away with the quickest. Fuck humans. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't hesitate to become a vampire if I had the choice. So I'm just like, dude, what are you crying about?
Instantly?
You know what I'm saying? He was going through all this bullshit. You took my life away. I'm like, man, you such a whiny ass person. You wasn't even doing shit. You was fucking whores, you know what I'm saying, and running a brothel. Like, now you immortal. Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? You should be thankful. God just blessed you. Literally.
Remind me to stay on your good side.
But anyway, it's just so annoying to watch. Everything about Louis, I just hate it, you know. And I'm just like, oh man, I like Lestat, but I don't like, you know, how you portray Akasha. That I don't like. But I do like Lestat's, you know, mentality, live in the open, to embrace who he is. You know what I'm saying? Because Lestat also studied about God too. and he has some animosity, but you know, God works in mysterious ways. He shouldn't be mad at God. He shouldn't be thanking God because God also blessed him with immortality. You know, God allowed it to happen so he can become immortal. So he should be like, yeah, I believe in God, me and God is right. You know, we straight. I got immortality, thank God. But they don't do that. They always try to damn God or be hateful towards God when, you know, God played a part in their immortality.
Yeah, I think
that's
you
what
might
don't
be getting
realize,
too
you know what I'm
strong.
saying? Like, according to,
Play along, would you?
Everything you hear about God, God allows certain things to happen to get you along on your way, to set you further into your journey. And that was Lestat's purpose, was to be a vampire. Otherwise, wouldn't we hear about the story, right? So it's like, okay, well, what are you whining about? Like, what are you mad about? You know what I mean? Like, why are you mad about being a vampire? You get to be immortal. Fuck wrong with you? You never get a disease. You know, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can fly. You know what I'm saying? You can eat whatever the fuck you want, never get fat. Why are you crying? But Louis just whines and whines and whines and whines and whines. I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? But they like focusing around him so much. And then, I'm like, am I watching the right one? Am I watching the right one? I don't know. I'm sitting there, you know, second guessing myself and shit. So I'm like, oh man. But I try to watch it. I pass out, right? I pass out. I wake up today. I go to court via Zoom, and you know, it went okay. Like, it seemed like she's not pushing the ticket. Like, I think she dropped it because she was like, well, you know, she ain't giving me no other court date. She just said call her back within a month to see what's going on. And I'm like, okay, well, ain't no warrant out for my arrest, ain't no court date. I ain't gotta pay the ticket. Cool. So, I was like, I don't fuck with Dollar General because Dollar General did some real foul shit. When I used to work at a different location, dealing with a racist ass manager, and the fag ass manager was mad because I didn't like them like that. So he lied on me to the fag ass store manager, and the store manager told unemployment that I quit, so I couldn't get my unemployment after I filed for it because I had got a second job and he took me off the schedule, but he told unemployment that I quit because he's a dirty ass, racist white piece of shit. So he lied, and I'm like, oh man, you know, this shit horrible. Like, these motherfuckers really don't have no sense of integrity, no sense of honor, no sense of
just make sure you
anything good within them. They just fuck niggas. So
you want some
you know, I'm really heated about this shit because it took 2 years to get some money from unemployment, and I got a car, new car, with the outtake, but they cheated me at a substantial amount. So I had, you know, sent them some documentation showing that they cheated me, and they had decided to put it on my restitution, and that's what I was going to put. You know, up until this moment in time, like, they kept denying, because I kept working. I just kept working another job, you know. Like, I didn't sit back and you know what I'm saying, just rely on that. I actually kept it moving. Like, I'm not a lazy ass person, so I decided to work while I was waiting on my unemployment. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with these people? Because, you know, they kept denying me. Like, man, you wouldn't even believe the shit I had to endure because of these people. This is after they caused me to lose my apartment. They denied me while I was, you know, on the verge of eviction because I was waiting on unemployment. Like, this Dollar General slandered me. They said that I quit to unemployment, and then to other inquiring employers, they said that I got terminated for stealing. Like, that's how dirty these dirty ass white people look. But that shit didn't work because I had a good reputation, and other people from other places I worked at vouched for me. Who the fuck gonna steal from a dollar store? the fuck can you get out of here? You know what I'm saying? Nothing. So, because of that shit didn't work, I had worked at so many other jobs and shit, but because I used to get really popular at the places I work at, a lot of their managers, you know, feel you as a threat when they see that you exceed them in the same field of work. So I had to deal with that. You know, I had to deal with envy, aka the biggest sin of mankind. One of the biggest sins of mankind. And I'm like, man, what the fuck going on? Because, you know, some of the shit was so self-evident, so obvious that they was hating that they just denied me. Like, you know, no. I'm like, what? But I kept running. And it was like I was about to get this huge payout, but somebody sabotaged me. And, you know, that shit hurt like hell because I didn't expect this person to do that whole ass shit. But they did, which taught me a valuable lesson. You can't really trust nobody. You know, with that lesson being learned, I learned to really not fuck with people. Because, you know, the person that fucked me over, I would have never expected shit like that. But they did do that whole ass shit. So that let me know, like, no, I ain't really fucking with nobody like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how dirty motherfuckers can be. So I was like, okay, I'm straight on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight on really trusting people unless I have a good reason to trust them. Unless I see consistency, you know, in their actions that, you know, says, yeah, you can trust that person. You could let your guard down with this person. Because I haven't seen that a lot of people. Like, I always get more reasons why not to trust motherfuckers. So, anyway, I go to the dollar store. I really didn't want to go to the Dollar General, but it was so close by the crib. I'm like, damn, you know, my car had got towed illegally by the police. And I let them have it. I said I'm just going to get another one with my unemployment. But that got sabotaged, and I got to go another route to get one. And I said, okay, that's fine. You know, it'll keep me in shape. And it means, you know, because I have to go out, you know, either rollerblade to work, walk to work, or ride a bike, you know, or whatever. However I decide to get to work, you know, I gotta do that. So I wasn't tripping, you know. I said, okay, fuck it. I went without a car before. I can go without a car again. You know what I mean? I can use that time to get my body back in shape. And you know, because I went through the whole year depression for a minute because of the fortune. I ain't never been depressed in my life until that shit snatched the out of me. I didn't know, you know, what was gonna happen. Like I'm waiting on some shit that I didn't even do. You know what I mean? So it was just fucking with my nerves so bad. But after
that equipment should
you know, everything was over, I said, okay, cool. The depression just went away. But the weight didn't. So I'm like, damn, you know, I'm not fat or nothing. Thank God I'm not obese. Cause I probably would have been contemplating suicide. Cause I can't deal with fat shit. Like, I don't have a bias towards fat people, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want that for myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people have eating disorders, some people die in depression, some people get overweight because they birth kids, you know. And I'm not talking about them. So, you know, when it comes to women having kids and they get bigger, I'm not talking about you niggas. Like, I don't want you thinking I'm referring to y'all at all because, you know, that's taxing. Like, I couldn't imagine carrying a motherfucking child for, you know, that long. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like, that shit was depressing. But especially if the shit don't work out with the baby daddy, you know what I'm saying? And you left the child to raise on your own. That's some shit I would not want to wish on nobody because it's already hard as fuck trying to take care of yourself with the pay rate. The cost of houses these days, the cost of rent these days, you know what I'm saying? It's hard as fuck to live. So having a kid, it's like, man, triple that. Because you gotta have a place for them to stay, You gotta have food for them to eat. You gotta have a safe environment, you know what I mean? You have to have time. It's just a lot of shit that come with raising a kid. So I'm like, no kids for me. But anyway, non-time rich. But I go to the store, right?
I've been doing really great
I go
lately.
to the store, and I got my rollerblades
Looks
on.
like
I have
some
my
solid
boot pack
equipment.
because, you know, I wanted to put my property in my bag that I purchased. I didn't want to be hauling bags as I rollerblade and shit. I wanted to throw them on back and just get the fuck on. So I come in the store and there's two white ladies. You know, they're like, "What are you doing? You know, do you want to fall?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna fall. I'm safe. You know, I'm not to brag, but you know what I'm saying. I'm very confident in myself." To know that I'm not gonna fall, not in no grocery store, definitely not. Especially how smooth the surfaces is, like I'm straight. So then she was like, "Well, leave your bag up front." I said, "No, I can't do that because I'm not gonna be there long, and besides, I don't steal." So they was like, "Cool." They didn't say we're gonna call the cops or nothing because some white bitches that be racist as fuck, you know what I'm saying? And when I say bitch, I mean they got nasty attitude. Do that shit. But they was cool ladies. They were like, they're like, okay, so this big, tall, ugly ass black brown shit stain, right? This bitch, she before me. And I'm you know, I just basically told them to mind their fucking business, but I did it the polite way. I'm like, I'm not gonna fall, and you know, I'm not gonna be there long, so you know, I'm just grabbing a couple things and I'm coming right out. So they left it alone. They didn't say, "Oh, we're gonna call the cops if you don't put the bag up here," or "You're gonna have to actually leave the store because you didn't bring your bag up." None of that shit. They wasn't going out of their way to inconvenience me, you know, where I was. I'm like, you know, I was like, well, you know, you came in here, you know, moving like a ballerina and shit, so I laughed and shit. And I'm like, what are you trying to say? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, she's trying to say I got dressed. But because I had took a shower, right? Before I went to this dollar store, I had went to the shower. I took my hair down first because it had sweated and I didn't sleep in my scarf to keep it tied down, so you know my hair looked all nice and neat and basically kind of like laid, you know, and slayed on my head. Like when I put a head scarf on, if I don't have braids, you know what I'm saying, it makes my hair really flat. It makes it look like I have like a fade. And if I have braids, you know, it like makes my baby hair lay down. So it looked like I got, you know, people who took and did my baby hair personally and shit. Like they took some gel and, you know, carved my shit off. But that's not the case. I just put on a do-rag, and it did that. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes my hair, it grows like at a significant rate. So, you know, the hair, it'll grow outside the braid and it'll look like baby hair, but it really just, you know, new growth from me having my braids in for a certain period of time. So, I got my hair scarf on. But when I'm in the shower, I take down my two Bentoo knots. You could say that again. I got pigtails, but they ain't Bentoo knots because, you know, I don't like ponytails in the middle of my head for the tension that it causes and the headache that it causes. So I just get two pigtails parted, you know, in the middle at the back of my head, and I get them, you know, twisted up and then roll into Bentoo knots, so that way my hair is not, you know, in the way, it's not getting tangled, it's, you know, it's not just all over the place. It's neat. It's real clean and neat. So after I oiled my hair with my oils, I massage my scalp real thoroughly, and then after I massage my scalp, you know, I scrub. I'm like, I take, you know, I wash up with a rag. I don't use just the bar soap. I actually wash up with a rag, and I scrub. Like I sit on the edge of the tub, and then I scrub, you know, head to toe. 3 times. The last time I just, you know, go over it with my hand in the bar of soap, and then I, you know, rinse it off and wipe it out. So after I did my hair, which took like maybe 20 minutes, because, you know, if you want long, healthy hair, you have to massage your scalp. You have to massage the oils in, then you also have to when you have long hair, you have to comb in the oil. And then you also have to oil up the ends. So I use the hibiscus and rosemary oil all throughout my hair, scalp, massage fan. I came to the ends of my hair, I put oil on there, and I use this other
Well, look who's in a bright
hair
and shiny
product.
mood.
It has this like lard type of consistency, but it's not lard. It's just like all these different herbs blended together that makes this thick base that's solidified, that locks in moisture. So I got that, and I put that at the ends of my hair, so my longer hair, the end of my hair, would not be dry and break off because there's no moisture and no oil there. So
Watch where you're going.
then I twisted up and put it in the bench knife. And then
left of you.
after I scrubbed everything, I took a little
don't
bit of that
try
hibiscus
anything
oil and I
funny.
rubbed it real good in my face, across my eyelids, and my eyelashes popped. It looked like I had on mascara and shit, right? So, I'm like, damn, you know, when you have long eyelashes, it ain't shit you can do about that. You know, you can't, you know what I'm saying, do anything to make, you know, look shorter, you know what I'm saying, unless you clip it. And I'm like, I'm not about to clip my eyelashes. What the fuck? That's weird, you know what I'm saying? I don't even, you know, shave my eyebrows. Like, that's not about to clip my eyelashes. I don't give a fuck how long they get. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But, so, the lady, when she saw the girls, you know, like fucking with me, like cool, like I was like, oh, you know, where's the food about to put? And you know, what eyelash? They was like, oh, it's this size. Okay, I'm about to go grab it and I'm putting it right back. And I was like, okay. She looked at me, and then she looked at my face, and then she gave me this like, ugh, bitch. Look, I'm like, no, look at this ugly ass bitch. Like, ugh, bitch, you like 6'7",
What can I say?
look like a whole
Had a good
nigga.
partner.
You know what I'm saying? And you got on a wig, bitch. And you know what I'm saying? You gonna give me the stank eye because you seen I had long eyelashes, bitch? Ain't nobody trying to be a motherfucking woman. This ain't no mascara. What the fuck wrong with you dumb assholes? But that's one thing I just do not like about some of the women out here. Like, these fucked up bitter bitches is so mad when you have natural beauty, you know what I'm saying? They get so mad. It's like, you know, I don't put on no fake ass eyelashes. I don't put on no motherfucking wigs. I don't put on no skirts, no pantyhose, no stockings, no fake nails, no nail polish, no lipstick, no foundation. You know what I'm saying? I don't do none of that shit. So bitch, what you mad for? You know what I'm saying? You should be, if you mad because you ugly, bitch, you should be asking me for some pointers. What do you do to make your eyelashes get so long or to pop like that? That's the shit you should be asking me. Instead of you being hateful and shit because you an ugly ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? But they don't do that. They just get their feelings and shit and then be nasty and rude. But if you cold cock the fuck out of them dumb ass bitches for disrespecting you or something, then oh, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? You wrong. Oh, you really a woman, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this bitch, you know, not only is she trying to humiliate me, after she disrespect me, but then, you know, she calls me props. The fuck wrong with these bitches? That's why I understand why some men just be like, fuck these bitches. Because they do some horrible shit. And then they try to act like, oh, you know, victim and shit. You know, when really, truth be told, they be doing a lot of fuck shit. But I'm referring to the bitches. I'm not referring to good women. I'm not talking about godly women. I'm not talking about bad bitches. I'm talking about the fuck bitches. The bitches that, you know, you like, fuck that bitch. Them type of bitches. Because they definitely out here. And it's a lot of them. A lot. Like, a lot. Like, sadly, a lot. And I'm like, I ain't got the time. And I'm not about to sit there and cater to that shit. I'm not about to sit there and act like I'm okay with that shit, because I'm not. So, But
I
you
didn't know
know,
you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dohalim. I would have figured rocks and plants would be too different for you to handle both.
but yeah, that's what I went through when I went to the store. I was just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I was so shocked because I didn't even expect her to grin me like that. I mean, she was so like she was so disgusted or something. I'm like, bitch, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck you think you is? And you look like the way you do. So I just said, okay, you know what? I understand why some people just do not like bitches.
Not necessarily. Both of them
Or treat them with the same, you know what I'm saying, level of respect they would a guy. Because it'd be a lot of women out there that do just some horrible shit to men. And then they play their victim role. Well, I'm a woman, why would you do that to me? Bitch, you wasn't thinking about you being a woman when you was doing that fuck shit that you was doing, did you? When you decided to allow that man, or keep that man away from his kids, you know what I'm saying, or do some fuck shit to that man, you ain't telling, you know, that part. You weren't thinking about that part while you was being a woman, now was you? No. So why should a man give a fuck about blacking your eye and shit because you a woman when you fuck around and you humiliate that man, or you did some really horrible shit to that man to cause him to react that way? Now, I'm not saying all women do that fuck shit. I'm not. But the ones who earn that ass whooping, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like them guys deserve some leniency. You know, I don't condone men hitting on women, but I do condone if a woman sit there and play with a man's life, like, oh, you know, she know he love his son, so because he love his son, she keep the child away from him. You know what I mean? If he haul off and smack the bitch, I don't condone it. I don't say he should, but I can understand it. Or he devoted to this bitch, he love her, you know, he faithful to her. He done married the bitch, put him in her house, he pay all the bills, buy all the food, pay for her expenses, like get her nails done, her hair done, buy her clothes,
astral energy.
pay for her trip, and the bitch cheat.
Figure that out later.
Oh, nah, an uppercut,
it's going to cause
it's
chaos.
her just deserves.
We need to take it down.
I feel like she deserves at least to lose 2 or 3 teeth because of that kind of shit. You know how hard it is to accumulate money, and a bitch take advantage of your kindness? Oh yeah, she cheat with a piece of shit ass nigga.
This one's tough.
Or don't let her burn you. Don't let her give you an STD from another nigga. Oh my god. Yes, she deserved to get fucked up. Yes. Yes, I strongly agree to that ass whooping. Yes, I do. Because in the Bible states that you're supposed to honor and obey your husband and you know, forsake all others. So it's no reason why you should be bringing your husband home STDs because you fuck with a piece of shit ass nigga, a nigga that know you got a husband.
I never miss.
It don't matter how bad your relationship is. If you feel like you gotta, you need to be with somebody else, it's called divorce.
Face me. No. I could do this all day. Rising Wyvern down on the ground. Rotating rising. I'll crush you.
But it's out there because these hoes is out there, male and female alike. And men are worse hoes than women. Believe that. But they both do the same shit. That's the sad part. They both do the same shit.
Is that a healing art? It is. I can't ignore your pain. No, I'll try to be more careful.
I'm done ranting right now, though. I just want to enjoy the game and go to the next one because I really want to play Blood on This 2 and Persona.
So much for sitting this
I want to finish this before I move on to the next game. So I'm trying to do that.
Silly.
but I didn't know Tales of Arise was this fucking long. This shit is crazy. And I think it's only so long because how they have the difficulty level set up. Like they have all the enemies at a certain level, and it requires you to train just to fight these motherfuckers. So, you know, it makes this process a lot longer than it would be if I you know, playing something else.
I'm sorry to be a father.
We've all got enough on our plate.
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready. Commander of Heaven.
But anyway, yeah, the Jujutsu system is just full of shit.
That could easily be fatal.
It's full of shit.
I'm here to stop it.
Rising Wyvern.
Here's evil.
Soaring Light Spear. Ignite. Super Swallow Game.
This one's mine.
Can you take it? I'll smash you. No escape. Resonate with the earth. A thrilling performance. Rising Wyvern. Strike. Take this. Air pressure. Whoa, away.
Healing circle.
It's over. Can't get out of this. Armor won't save you. You're mine. Dragon Swarm.
Glacial spear. Here's
Try
evil.
this. Penumbra. Explosive ring. Everlasting shock. Now, while it's reeling.
Take it down.
Rising Wyvern.
Chill. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
So how do I kill this thing?
Here come more.
You'll just have to keep fighting.
Oh, okay.
Leave the enemy's art to me.
No place here.
But yeah. But anyway, back to the game. I was looking online earlier before I did my little report shit about this stupid ass trespassing ticket that MGM piece of shit casino tried to set me up with, and the dirty ass cop from the 4th precinct.
I've healed myself.
While I was waiting, cause I woke up early, like since I had passed out so early last night, I woke up like at 6:47 this morning, and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I went outside, I had me a little mirror break, I drunk some of my smoothie I made, and it carved me up so much. It's got so much green colors in there, and so much fruit that provide, you know, all kind of nice little benefits like antioxidants and, you know, vitamin C and vitamin D, calcium. You know, I try to tackle all the aspects of nutrients that, you know, my body needs when it comes to fruits and produce and my smoothie, you know, because I don't always cook, and having a smoothie at my disposal gives me a ton of nutrients, you know, each cup, because it's got so much produce in it. Like I'll just name the produce that's in there. It's carrots, it's dandelion greens, it's rosemary, it's kale. Which kind? It's up to you. I know what kind I like. Spinach. It had this batch had hibiscus leaves in it, along with beets. I always put beets in there because beets is a good source of iron and a great filter for your liver. Just in case you suffer from iron deficiency, beets help with that, especially mixed with dandelion greens. You know, it's a good source of fresh iron, and it helps, circulate the iron through your bloodstream when you eat beets and dandelion greens. So I made certain that I had that in there. And then the fruit part, I'm not gonna miss that because that's my little recipe, and I plan on making my cookbook with it. But the fruit, it's so potent that you can't taste anything else but the fruit. I will say I put key limes in there, 2 of them. 2 whole key limes. I killed them. I will say that much. And then I put real 100% fruit juice too as the liquid binder, but I'm not gonna say it's fruit juice because that's at your own discretion. You put what kind of juice you like. You might like plum juice, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? But you know, I put the juices that I like, so you put what you like. But I mixed it with 2 different juices too, so that way I can, you know, definitely not taste any of the produce in there, and I can't. Only thing you taste in there is the fruit, and it has a shit ton of produce in there. So, you know, I think I did extremely well because my body craves smoothies, like literally. I don't have one for a couple weeks. Oh man, I be feeling so low on my energy and you know, my skin be looking a certain kind of way. But when I ingest that smoothie, my skin be just immaculately radiating, you know, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like this is what I was missing. My skin is showing me what I'm missing, and my hair has been flourishing because of the supplement, you know, the nutrients inside the smoothie. Also, it's good for your hair. Like what melanated people don't realize is your hair growth is controlled by your inner health, and you know, if you don't have enough nutrients from your vegetables, your hair is not going to grow. That's why you see some black women with short ass hair for like 4 or 5. Yeah, I only grew a man for 2 years, and I'm not a shoulder length. Like, how you doing that shit for a whole year, and you know it's that short? Like, what the fuck is you doing? But that's why, because they got poor eating habits. They eat terrible foods. So you know, pay attention to what you put in your body, because you know the only person that's paying the price for that shit is you. So if you put trash in your body, you're gonna get trash results. So, you know, I try to, like, yes, it's expensive. It's very fucking expensive to eat healthy because they jacked up all the prices for the shit that, for shit that pushes longevity, you know, stuff that increases your lifespan. They tax that shit. They make it extremely expensive, so you get discouraged and buy the cheap shit that fucks up your body. I'm like, fuck it. I'd rather be broke and healthy than, you know what I'm saying, cheap and fucked up because of the shit I eat. So I go out of my, you know, I spend my last dollar on some organic shit. Yes, I definitely will. Yes. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Because, you know, in the end, if you ain't got good health, you'll have nothing. You can have all the money in the world, but if your health fucked up, you can't even enjoy it. Because you're gonna die eventually. So what the fuck is the purpose of having all that money if you ain't got good health? Nothing. That's what people don't realize. That's why you got all these older people that are politicians, you know, government officials, Democrats, Republicans, senators. They doing everything they can to kill off the younger generation and secure their you know place. That, like, AKA the shit with the stem cells from babies. You know what I'm saying? They had this shit on the internet. I just noticed, which I've been knew it, but you know. They're like really exposing the shit now that in Japan they were doing experiments on rats with stem cells, you know, and you know, genetically modifying animals, and they have come to the conclusion that an old person can revitalize themselves, basically rejuvenate themselves off of young people's stem cells. That's crazy. Hey, if you don't know what that means they can take your DNA or DNA from a young person and inject it in an older person, and that older person will get younger. So that's why they want, you know, people to have babies so they can get the placenta and the stem cells from babies to keep older motherfuckers alive. And the ones in power, of course you know they don't want to die. Of course you know they don't want to get old. So they're pushing funding for that type of shit. But, you know, hence the reason why babies and kids and women are under attack. While women are rising, coming up rape, you know, a lot more in society nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And they get no justice.
I'll crush you!
You know, that's I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just ranting. But the shit is out there. You know, you could just look online and see. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't believe the information, you could also, you know,
it's about to strike.
You can search credible resources like, you know, Google is tricky, but Google do be on point. But you know, there's online encyclopedias you can look up. You know what I mean? There's all kind of shit.
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not.
It's all kind of shit that you have access to. You just have to know how to get to it. You know what I'm saying? What exactly you should be looking for.
Just
what
please
exactly I can't hit this motherfucker.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
And I'm about to die. Come on, Dolan, get your
I'll
ass
handle
up.
it. Just watch and learn. That's enough. Go back down.
That's it? Oh yeah! Okay, cool. I thought I was about to die. Who got up though? Oh Lord, you didn't get up fast enough. It's all right. We won. That's all I care about.
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
Same.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
But
perhaps a living spirit
I'm
vessel?
just saying, man.
It's plausible,
wake up.
given the location.
And then, you know,
or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume
white
that
and not
monster was one of the
racist, you
four
know, the
beings
shit
of
that they
light,
doing
we must have
to
prevented something from taking
control
place here.
The
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us.
the
least with that out of the
population
way,
of melanated
keep
people
moving forward
is
now.
affecting you people too.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? When they fuck up the air and pollute the air to target, you know, melanated people to minimize the numbers, guess who else get affected by that shit? You do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, don't think that you know, what they doing is only affecting the melanated people, because it affects your quality of life too. More than you know.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
But it's all right though, you know, because God is already showing people what's up, you know, with reproduction rates, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, God punishes the wicked. So, in the end, no matter what they do, you know, God always gonna have the last decision on everything. All we have to do is just keep being good ass people, keep thriving, keep flourishing, you know, keep leveling up, and everything gonna be okay. It's God's will. But the thing about God is God gives everybody equal opportunity equal chance to atone and redeem themselves for their wicked ways, you know, to be of assistance, to contribute to society, to elevate, you know, mankind to a better understanding and a better place, you know, when it comes to unity. But, you know, people don't see it that way. But, you know, in the end, you gotta face God with the decisions you make. I just try to make sure the decisions I make, God is cool with me, you know. And if I fuck up, I always ask Lord,
is that it over there?
forgive me. You know what I'm saying? If I really fucked up, because I don't want to be on in bad terms with the Lord. I can't afford it. So, you know, like, I pray every day. So, you know what I'm saying? For guidance, for protection, for, you know, understanding. Because sometimes, you know, you could be mad because you don't understand what's going on. You know, like sometimes you have to look beyond what's going on and get to the root, you know, before you get mad at something or someone. Because sometimes, you know, some people be going through shit, and because they going through shit, it's the reason why they act a certain way. You know what I mean? Sometimes be forced to do certain things. You know what I mean? So you can't always, you know, be quick to just, you know what I'm saying, have a certain disposition against people that do shit that you don't like. You know what I mean? Because you just don't know what they got to deal with, or what's their opposition, or whether or not, you know, they were forced to be a certain way. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? So the best way to deal with things is to just, you know, give people grace until you know what's really going on with them. You know, when you really know what's going on with them, and you know, shit ain't matching up, then you could be like, all right, you choosing to be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing in your way that's, you know, forcing you to be a certain way. This is your own choice in a situation. But teach his own. You know what I'm saying?
You can never be.
Nobody in this world is perfect. That's the honest to God truth. Nobody is without flaw. Nobody is without incident. Nobody is without baggage. Nobody is without, you know, some kind of problem.
But did
you
we
know what I'm
have
saying? That's just life. But it is up to you how you treat other people and how you deal with the problems that you have.
Alvin?
Did you remember something?
No,
but anyway, I might get some refreshments.
I have seen this starship before.
Because I don't know how much is left with the game, but I need some fresh air for a minute.
This is it.
I need to
This
rehydrate.
is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Relax, because I'm still sore from my exercise shit. No cap. Like, I didn't know I put out so much
centuries
energy
later,
yesterday.
it's no worse for wear.
But
I'll take a look at the internals.
I love it when I do that, because when I crash and I rest up, I feel so revitalized.
Damn,
But
I'm
I
amazed
was
it
so
still
tired.
works at all
Like, I
after all
had
this time.
literally passed out on the floor. Like, I didn't want to lay in the bed, you know, with the clothes I had on. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna
really
watch
am from a
TV
different
while
time
I'm laying
and
on the
place.
floor. And because it was so cool, I had the window open.
Not only
that
Law's right.
I had passed out.
How's it look?
However, considering how long it's remained inactive,
How much time on Starship? So we've just gotta sit.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use...
Good idea. We should prepare ourselves for every possible...
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Works for me.
Alright, cool. But anyway, you know, I don't harbor grudges. I try not to. I mean, sometimes you can't. It's certain shit you can't let go, or you just can't find you, and it may make you. It may piss you off again. You know what I mean? After you've already came to the conclusion that, hey, that, you know, this shit pissed me off, or this shit really hurt. But, you know, what can you do? You have to move on, you know, and get stronger. So shit like
funny,
that
isn't it?
won't happen to you. It can't happen to you again.
What
and,
is?
You know, you could prevent shit from like
All
that happening
this.
again, because now you know what to look out
After all,
for. And
I'm
now
sure
you
Zephyr
know
will-
what to be
And
aware
We're
of.
defying the order.
Yeah, you maybe.
You know what
No
I'm saying?
offense to
And you
Shion and
have
Dovaline.
information on
No offense
how to
taken.
handle it
Remember,
before, or
our
stop
aim
it
is to
before it
ensure.
happens.
I don't think
So,
we'll be able to.
Is there no way?
The people.
you know,
Sure. And it's not just
It
me.
is
There are
what it
still
is.
many of there are those on
And
look.
Not
life
right.
is what you
Right.
make. You know
Don't
what I'm saying?
forget,
Even when you go
there's
through
also a
the
good chance
horrible
the
shit,
Red-
That's right.
it's your responsibility to bounce back. It's your responsibility to get better. It's your responsibility to be happy. You know what I mean? It's like life is fucked up to some degree, because people make it that way. But you know, life is also very beautiful.
Where'd Shion
And-
go? How could
and,
she just go off on her own? She's not over there. Where
And
did she run off
you know,
to?
it has a lot to offer.
Shion.
You know, life is very beautiful, because I've experienced some beautiful, you know, experiences in life. Made some good friends in life. Been to some beautiful places in life. Seen some beautiful places. You know, beautiful things. I love nature. You know what I'm saying? I think life is worth living. So
Shion!
you know,
It's your thorns? But why?
life can be rough, but it also can be beautiful and fun
You okay?
and adventurous.
Just now,
Entertaining.
looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
I like Shauna. She's not trying to burden anybody with her situation. She's trying to be independent, but he love the shit out of her. He like, I ain't letting you do nothing on your own.
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time. The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
So then she shouldn't be dying in battle then, bitch. You should be curing and curing and curing and curing.
me how.
Period.
How is something
And not
like that
dying. I
possible?
shouldn't have to heal your dumb
My
ass then.
thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shia, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to...
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first. But ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis. When the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens...
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissance on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
But that's... too much. It's way too much.
When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Dahnans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shionne!
Alphen?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alphen.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shionne, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope. Shionne is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances,
It seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys. You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Well, that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy... Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelegion. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
So wonderful. I have my smoothie in the refrigerator, but I also have like green tea, by Arizona in a gallon. Then I have I had white grape juice. I killed that. That shit was so good. And I had some PG water. That was so good. I'm on my like last 2 bottles. I bought like a case of 6.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Like $14.
Yes, you.
But the bottles are pretty decent size.
Compared to what Shion's going through,
And
you mean?
no water hit
Still,
like Fiji water.
Even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain,
Aquafina,
that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see
Lord,
you get hurt
please
by
help
her
my
thorns, you know?
insides. I'd have had Smart, and they got tons
Yeah,
of
I know.
plastic in it.
I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know
I'd
how
have
lucky
had,
she is to have you around, you know?
The
Dashing
Siny,
in to save her at the last minute.
Ice Mountain,
Yeah, very funny.
Glacier,
I'm being serious. You went up
know,
and held her close like you still had that
Great
mask
Value,
on.
Kroger
And you didn't even
brand,
bat
Meyer
an eye.
brand.
She really needed that.
Don't know water.
That's what I mean when I said you
Hit
saved her.
like a ice
Just like you
cold
did with the
bottle
rest of us.
of Fiji.
I just want for
That
Shion what
shit
we
is
all
so
have.
different.
The ability to
I'm
touch
so
someone
mad I didn't put
without
two in
the fear
refrigerator-
of killing them.
freezer. 'Cause,
Those thorns have robbed her of the
my
kind
other
of
two is hot. I
everyday
just put
things
one
we
in
all
the
take
freezer,
for
but
granted.
That shit is so good.
And it's
But
not
right
right.
now, I got
You can say
the
that
two,
again. It may be
orange juice
normal for
producers I
us,
drink the
but that
most.
doesn't make
I
it
don't
any
do
less
Minute Maid, 'cause
special or
Minute Maid is
important for
cheap.
her.
Like, they put powder
I hope she gets
and
what
just
she
water,
wants.
and they call it orange juice. That shit ain't.
I have my own dreams.
I know because I
But a world
working
without
at,
her, where she dies so we can all
restaurants,
survive,
you know, you sometimes
isn't a
have to
world
change
I
the
want to live
fountains.
in.
And I'm like, wait a
Agreed.
minute. Where the
It's
fuck?
like more and more
We're-
keeps
you
getting
know,
taken
like,
from her,
we're,
and I'm
this
done
ain't
with
100% orange juice. This shit blended with water. You know what I'm saying? That's not 100%. 100% means the juice itself is not diluted by water. It's the 100% orange juice. So I don't do Minute Maid, but Simply, yes. But somehow, for some reason, a lot
Did
of
you
the
know?
Simply do not be looking fresh.
You
when
mean
I
about
look in the
Shion?
cooler. Like when you pick up the bottle of
Yeah,
orange juice,
I didn't have the slightest
you
idea.
Look through it, right?
I
If
mean,
you see
every
a
once in a
lot
while I thought
of,
something seemed
like,
a little off.
giant white
But I
chunks in
never
there,
could have imagined.
sometimes it could be the
It's
Pope.
like a completely different world
But
was spinning
I don't take
around
that
me and I
chance
couldn't
because
even
the Pope
see it.
don't look like
You
that.
and me
Like when you
both.
get good bottles of orange,
I mean, I
like
knew something
Tropicana
was
with
bothering
Pope,
her, but
you just see like
I
little
could never quite
fine
figure out
strands
what
of
it was.
orange in there. You know what I mean? But not
You?
big ass white chunks.
But you're the
like
one always
the
looking
shit
out
that
for
went
her,
spoiled or
aren't
something.
you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a
You know,
corner.
At least you
So I
figured it
get-
out in time, though, right?
I've been noticing that because
I don't think we're
for
out of
some
the
odd
woods yet.
reason
But yeah,
they be leaving
you're right.
the
We brought
sometimes
her back
they
from
leave
the
the
edge,
juice
and we're going to stop
unrefrigerated
those thorns from taking
before
her,
they put it in the
no
refrigerator.
matter what.
And I've seen
Yeah,
this too.
with all of
like
us
when the
together,
shit comes
there's
in off the
nothing we
truck,
can't handle.
sometimes it'll sit
Shion,
on the
the
pallet
world, we can
and,
save
and
everyone.
be there for days,
and I mean
wrapped
it
up
when
in
I
plastic.
say we, Alvin.
I know.
And some
No lone wolf
produce
Hey,
providers.
You're the expert
But,
on what my dad would say.
Do
Do you think he'd
I
pat
haven't
me on the
seen that
back or tell me
a
off?
lot with Tropicana.
Zephyr,
That's the reason
I
why I buy
don't think
Tropicana.
that you
Like
have that
Tropicana,
much
I
to
see
say,
has
to
the
be
most
honest.
freshest orange
You're your
juice.
own man now, Law.
And tastes
And you've
so
already
good.
made up your own mind
So I
about
had
what you
bought
want.
one bottle with Pope.
I guess he couldn't
that I
say
mixed with
anything
my
even if he wanted
smoothie,
to.
And the other bottle with
Sorry.
no Pope.
I
just
guess
bought
those
that
of us
today. That's
amongst the
reason why I
living
went
have
to the
enough
store
problems to
get
deal
some
with,
orange juice
don't
because
we?
I still have like a lot
We'll
of
need
produce
all
left.
our strength to save
I got
Shion.
enough produce.
I'll
to
probably
last
end up
me for
worrying
like
again
2
at
more
some
weeks.
point. But I guess I'll think it over more
Of
then.
smoothies.
That okay?
Yeah,
Because
I think
I
it is.
make a big ass batch of it and I get these like small little cups and I just drink it, you know, like that. And when I have meals, so that way I can be extremely full by the time I, you know, finish my meal, and I don't have to go for like little snacks late at night
Can't
or,
sleep.
or
After
you know, a second
enough.
or third meal. You know what I mean?
Shion,
I don't have to
I
do
thought
that.
she was
I'll
keeping
be
her
so
distance because of her
full
thorns.
off of the first meal I eat.
But it was
I
because
drink
she
the
didn't want to
smoothie
hurt
with it,
anybody by getting
which
too
has a whole
close.
bunch of nutrients in it.
I just,
You know,
but
and I'd be good to go.
I know.
she was so.
But
I'm sure it made her happy.
you,
Yeah, you were a good...
yeah, when you, but over.
I'm just like,
no,
man,
I
you know,
think
Finn,
fuck, they just tempering everything these days. But it's so good though. Tropicana and Simple Orange Juice is the shit. It's so amazing. I had something that I just finished the rest of my Tropicana with the pulp in it. It was so good, but I only had like a little swig, a little, you know, a little shot for my
you doing
taste
all right?
buds, basically. left.
As much as I...
You're not the
my
only...
smoothie would be so thick. From
That's
all the
okay.
produce
I
and
was
fruit I
different,
put
but
there,
in that room
the
with
fresh
Deadeye,
fruit and the
when you
frozen
called
fruit,
me your friend,
that
it
just
shattered
absorbs
the
all
world
the
because
liquid
until that moment I thought
that I
of you.
put in there.
But after
And I
that, it
put,
didn't matter
like,
that
3
we were
different
friends.
types of juice in there.
I didn't want to die. But then I...
you know, you
Don't
can't
worry.
really taste the
It's
other
okay. I've
juices
met
that
too
I put
many
in
people,
there.
so I'll fight. I
You
don't
only
know how.
taste,
It's going to be, but I swear.
Thank you.
Remember what we...
Yeah.
well, okay, I'm not gonna say what that is because again, it's up to you. You make your smoothie the way you want to make it, and I make it the way I want to make it. But I'm not gonna share my recipe because I'm gonna put
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.
It's delicious, and it keeps me feeling charged up. So I love it. I should have got 2 beef sticks though. I only got 1 when I should have got 2 because they got Jack Link's beef sausages. They 100% beef and they taste so fucking good. But I only bought 1, and now I'm mad at myself because I'm not cooking dinner today. So you know, I might just go to the movies because I wanted to see Superman 2. I mean Supergirl, and then I wanted to see something else that I already seen Invite, which that I like Seth Rogen, and I like the chick that plays his wife, and I also like the guy from the Italian Job. I think he's a decent actor, even though I haven't seen him in a lot of movies lately, except for this one. I like them actors in the movie, but it was not it. It was corny. It wasn't. I thought it was gonna be a scary movie, but really it was just a freak meat movie. And I'm like, oh, this is freaky ass shit. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting that. I thought, you know, they was gonna be on some different shit. And then coming to find out, it was a whole bunch of freaky shit. So I thought it was gonna be a horror movie, and it turned out to be like a softcore porno. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man, fuck, what's wrong with these people? Like, I'd rather, man. I just wasn't expecting that. I wasn't looking forward to seeing that kind of shit. So when I saw it, I was just like, oh man, I thought you was doing a horror movie, bro. Like you done bamboozled me into watching some freak shit. I did not like it at all. But with that being said, yeah, I want to go see Supergirl too, but I don't have any Mary with me, so I don't know if I want to go without having no Mary on that. I just don't know if I want to go. But cause I was like, man, I'm gonna kill this ticket, and then I'm gonna go to the movies to celebrate. And I done waited so late. I'm not gonna go today. I'm gonna just probably go tomorrow. Yeah, it's 4:22, 42, and I'm gonna just wait till tomorrow. I don't like going around this time of day, because I don't like, damn, I lost my train of thought. I gotta go anyway, because my controller about to die. I didn't charge it last night, so I'm gonna just turn it off when I get to this area.
We've reached our destination.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it right here. Anyway, later, folks. You know, make sure you take care of yourself. You know, make sure that you love yourself, and then make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you treat people the way you want to be treated. On that note, adios, amigos and amigas.